Hey, welcome back to the episode of Surround Podcast. I'm your host, Juan, and as always, my co-hosts are with me. Hey, Trip.
Howdy.
How's it going, man?
It's very good. I got to watch a lot of anime last year, and Crunchyroll decided what was the best of the best.
Because they know best.
And now we decide what's the best of the best, because we're talking about Crunchyroll's awards nominees of 2021's anime 2022.
Awards, yes.
Yeah.
It's convoluted, yeah. But
Yeah.
these are animes that came out last year, but they have the awards for this year, which I feel like, I don't know, man. It makes sense.
It doesn't even feel like 2022, honestly,
Doesn't it?
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, 2021 feels like it's still going. 2020, crazy shit happened.
It's
2021, it just kept going.
Yeah.
So 2020 kind of bled into 2021, and now I still feel like 2021 just won't end, even though we're in another year.
I pulled out my credit card today, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I was going to buy something, and I saw the expiration date was 2022, and I go, oh, I can wait. And I was like, wait, that's this year. And I was like, that's in 2 months.
I haven't vocalized how I felt about that, so I'm glad that you agree.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah,
and it's
kind of weird.
It's already February, too, so like, 2021, you son of a bitch. Anyways.
There was some good anime. There was some bad anime.
Hey, there was some great anime in 2021.
Yeah. I watched it.
So far, 2022 anime is really sucking a dick. You know?
That's true. It is.
Really just cramming it down there.
Got some great continuations.
Yeah, but man, the new stuff, awful.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, we're going to talk about, the stuff that Crunchyroll decided to nominate. I don't know who's in charge of this. I think
it's a committee.
It's a group of people. I feel like in the beginning it felt kind of biased, like it was mostly Crunchyroll stuff, and then they pivoted and started adding Funimation stuff. But somehow I feel like they still missed the mark this year. Last year they fucking Great Pretender. Come on now.
Yeah, show
I'm
some
still
fucking
mad
rep.
about that.
You should be.
But this year I'm less mad. I'm just disappointed with Crunchyroll. Are you mad with them? Because last year I was mad. Like I was for sure like, my boy fucking Great Pretender. Come on now.
I was very upset about Great Pretender. This year, I think that a lot of the nominees are pretty understandable.
They're fine, right?
I think a lot of the ones that I would vote for were already in their category.
Yeah.
But there were like 6 that didn't have whatever I was going to vote for.
Some were missing.
Or something like
where
that.
I was like, hey,
maybe.
man, where's this guy at,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
then we added on 2 more categories.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did. I added 1. You added 2.
We added 1. I added another.
Yeah. And then I'm sure I'll agree with whatever your second one is.
You already told me that you won't, but
oh wait, who'd you pick?
Fine.
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick mine. I'll have one by the time we get there.
All right.
If you're picking a horrible one, I'll pick a horrible one too.
If it's from Attack on Titan, make sure to remember.
Yeah. No
spoilers.
Yeah, for sure, dude. No spoilers.
And that's the first thing that I wanted to bring up. Crunchyroll putting some low-key spoilies in their anime stuff.
Yeah,
so,
watch your shit.
We're just going to be saying Attack on Titan was nominated if it's a spoiler. Otherwise, we'll say, yeah, of course, the intro for Attack on Titan was nominated. Like, we'll be specific about the things that we can be specific about.
That's not spoily.
But anything that feels inappropriate to new viewers, we will be trying to censor.
Yeah, we're just trying to be cool about it because Crunchyroll decided to be not cool about it,
Yeah.
It's not... I feel like the first Crunchyroll Award really fucked it with the whole erased.
Yeah, well, instead of going the villain from Erased, they
said
literally said this person.
Who is the bad guy, the killer you're supposed to find out later in the show. That was baffling.
And every year we get to bring it up and talk about it at least once.
Yeah. Remember when they fucked that up? Yeah.
Oh, man. God, I remember where I was when that was fucked up. Do you remember where you were when Crunchyroll fucked up the first anime award?
I don't know where I mean, wherever I was, you were the one that told me about it. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I was at my old apartment and I remember voting on anime awards and seeing that and being like,
music died that
no,
day.
thank you. Yeah.
That was the end of rock and roll.
But fortunately, it's been a long time since then, so we don't have as egregious of things. But then again, if you haven't started Attack on Titan, then
that's on you. Get on your shit.
No.
Pick your shit up and get on it.
I mean, it has been 8 years, but like...
and there was 3 years of nothing, too.
Yeah. You could have watched it until the... Well, no, because then it's like, well, when's the next season coming out? I don't know. It hasn't been announced. Then I'm not going to watch it. And then finally, once it did come out, maybe the magic was gone. Until we got to season 4 and everyone was like, season 3 was dope, let's go. And people started watching up to season 4 again.
I mean, I'm sure season 2 was fine. I just have a bad taste in my mouth about it.
Well, it's because it was 3 years and it wasn't long enough.
Yeah, it was like 12 episodes.
I think it was like 11.
Get the fuck out of here. You're taking away an episode.
I want to, just so you could be more
I think it was like 6 episodes. I think it was a miniseries.
Yeah. I think it was. I think it was just a movie.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was an OVA.
Yeah. It was just 30-minute episode.
It was, and then 25 of those minutes was intro and the 4 minutes of outro. So it was pretty nuts.
It was pretty nuts. But anyways, we're talking about Crunchyroll this week. We're talking about all their shit. We're going to be careful. We don't want to do any spoilies. And I know that Crunchyroll might be mad at us for not spoiling stuff like they did.
Yeah.
But you know what, Crunchyroll? I'm not afraid to say it. Come at us.
Yeah, suck a dick.
They did email us a couple of times about this actually, and I didn't look at any of the resource information they sent us because we already decided to stop the podcast, so I just stopped caring.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm like, I'll respond to anybody that listens to us, any fans or anything, but just because it's Crunchyroll being like, hey, you wanna
promote
free
these?
Advertise for us?
Like no.
Like no, but I will. I'll do it my own way though.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna post on any socials.
Yeah. Do you want to get into what you did this week?
All right,
let's hear it.
Played a lot of Final Fantasy. I played a lot of Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Are you okay? Is everything good?
I'm doing all right. We have been trying to make progress on a couple of different raids. We were able to complete two last week. Yeah, we were able to complete 1 last week, and then this week we finished 2, and it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And now we're getting ready for Saturday, which will be the 3rd raid that we try to complete.
Okay.
And yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of difficult stuff working with other people and honestly having just a really fun time. And then when that's not going on, we also have other groups that are doing stuff. So I've just been jumping from group to group, doing thing to thing. I also got to finish Pokemon Soul Link, our Nuzlocke run.
How'd it go?
So we finished it. And when I say that, I mean we completed the main game. We didn't do any post game because we found something out. So the whole time I've been playing this Pokemon Heart Gold playthrough with my buddy Sam, and him and I have been having a lot of fun. It's completely randomized. Each Pokemon that we get in each area, you can only get one. It has to be the first one. If you can't catch it, then you can't get it. And that Pokemon will be linked to the Pokemon that the other person catches in that area and has to meet all the same qualifications.
Simple rules, ladies and gentlemen. Simple, basic Nuzlocke Soul Sync Link rules.
Yeah.
Bro.
So if somebody's Pokemon faints, then the other Pokemon on the other team faints with them. And fainting in this means that you have to release them or have a death box if that's how you prefer to do stuff. No, I'm a death box
man.
person.
Yeah. Delete them for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, we wound up finishing Heart Gold. We beat the Elite Four, and we were so proud. We only lost 2 Pokemon during the Elite Four, and it happened to be 2 of mine, so 2 of his died too.
Yeah.
But it was during the last fight with the champion, and it happened with moves that weren't even super effective, didn't even crit. They were just beyond powerful. They had like 10 levels on me, and it was just a stab move, which means the same type attack boost move. Meaning that they're a bug type, they use a bug move, they do more damage because they're a bug.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I'm following.
So, anyways, I got hit with Close Encounter, and that is a fighting type move from Heracross, which is a fighting bug Pokemon.
I get it, dude.
And it knocked out one of my dudes. It just kept going, and I was like, what the fuck? That's got to be a crit or something. And it was like, nah, it's just a really strong Pokemon.
Get fucked.
Yeah, and then that same thing happened again with another one. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Question.
Yeah.
Who was your starter?
So for this entire time, up until then, which still lived, was Pidgeot.
That's right. Yeah, I remember. Okay,
and then Sam had Melodic.
Which one's that?
It evolves from Phoebus, which is a gross-looking fish, and then it turns into a really pretty serpent.
Oh, yeah. That's a way better Pokemon to start with.
Yeah. Yeah,
Damn,
it is.
Damn, dude.
It has huge defense.
Damn, dude.
It's pretty good. But Pidgeot stuck through it until the end, which means that Melodic did too. So we were both really good.
Do they get to evolve in the game, or do they just stay as...
I mean, they didn't because they were max evolutions.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pidgeot.
Uh-huh. The third one.
Okay. So
Yeah.
not a Pidgey. You just got the last one.
Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic. Anyways, so we did all of that, and before we went into it, we were like, all right, well, we should at least know what level we should grind until, so we're not just wasting all of our time. Because in Victory Road, immediately before the Elite Four, we were fighting level 35 Pokemon at the highest level. It was really rough because we were level 60. So we got to 64, and then we stopped because we read that we would be completely fine. Well, it turns out the game we originally had was meant to be a randomized Pokemon game, and we're like, let's just try this out together. So it was pre-randomized for us, and it turns out that it was also an edited game. So all of the levels of trainers and stuff were higher than they should have been.
Oh, shit.
So we've had this uphill battle the entire game, and we've been trying to figure it out. We were
Why
like,
is this so hard?
How the fuck is that one already leveled 28 at like the first gym? That makes no sense. Like, whatever, right? So yeah, we finally did it, and then we were there, and we were fighting stuff that was way higher than we were, and we still made it all the way through. But then we were like, no, what's the point of playing more? Because we've spent so much time just
to beat
grinding.
it. Yeah.
And we didn't need to spend that much time. They had lower level Pokemon in the areas. So it was harder for us to grind. It's just like every part of it was fucked up.
It must kind of feel good, though, that you were able to beat it.
Oh, it was so satisfying that we actually finished it and beat it? Yes.
Okay.
But then it was exhausting at the same time.
Cool,
so
man.
then we decided to do Pokemon Black and White Soul Link. Didn't work out.
Oh.
And the reason it didn't work out
Emulator.
is because, the first time, the only good options, because it was the Soul Link, so the only good options each of us had were linked to like the weakest Pokemon the other person had. And we couldn't win the fight against our rival.
You couldn't even get past the rival fight?
Yeah.
The first fight.
Yeah. So then we started over, and then we were okay. We made it past. We were doing all right. And then and then we couldn't learn Cut.
So you couldn't get through.
So we couldn't get through the first
route.
thing.
Yeah.
That was like 20 minutes into the game.
You both have to learn Cut, right? To get through it? Because, like, so even if one of you was able to get it.
He was able to, I was not.
So you really fucked this guy.
And then we loaded it up 2 more times, had a couple of bad situations, and all of our hopes and dreams were shattered. So
damn, dude.
We decided to take a little break. Maybe we'll come back and do some of that later. Maybe we'll do it on stream if we do.
That
Who
sounds
knows?
like fun, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, we already beat like a harder.
Yeah.
Because we did change the randomized seed that both of us had. We realized it was too similar doing Heart Gold with the seed we had. We had the same Pokemon and like everything. And I was like, that's not fun. Let's each have different seeds. So we found out the real way to randomize Pokemon games, but we used our already randomized file and re-randomized it, which fucked everything up. And then Pokemon Black and White is just a different start to the game, so it requires a lot more luck. And there are things that you could turn on that make it so any Pokemon could learn any HM move, and then we could have learned Cut and got past a little bush in the way. But
you didn't do that.
I didn't do that. I haven't touched the new Pokemon. I know you were about to ask that.
No. But I did have a question.
Okay.
And the more you kept talking, the further away it got. And I was just like, should I just... But,
yeah, you always interject. Ejaculate, son.
What is the word? What does seed mean?
So like each iteration, each rendering out of the game is like a different seed for it. Like a different seed that has all the resources and all the plants and stuff, you know, and then we grow it. And play it like that. Think of it like that.
I get it. I've heard that word when I was doing my job.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, I get it. But I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's like a new generation of all of the stuff.
It's like
if you're playing Minecraft and you're making a new world, you're generating a new seed.
It's like VSync. I get it. Dude.
It's VSync.
It's VSeed. I get
it. Yeah.
No. Okay, that makes sense though. I get the idea of it. Like, yeah, cool. So you said, no, you haven't played.
I haven't played the new one.
What is it called again? It was called something, and they changed.
It's called Pokemon Legends of Arceus.
But it
Arceus.
was. Yeah, that's
sorry.
Yeah.
No, I just I had to relearn because originally in English it was pronounced Arceus, and they had to go back and change it to Arceus. Just a whole thing. So I'm just trying to relearn, and this happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
but I'm just now learning that it's Arceus.
Yeah, educate yourself.
I don't know. It should still be Arceus, but whatever.
I have a few of my coworkers have said they've played it and they've enjoyed it. So
yeah,
looks like fun.
A lot of people say it's really good. I'm just gonna wait until they make the second one.
Yeah,
if they ever do. There are a lot of things that look good about it, but there are a lot of things that just kind of make me like, I don't know. The graphics aren't great, which everyone talks about, which isn't a huge deal to me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the reason that I want an open world Pokemon game
is
because I want it to feel like it's these lush environments I'm exploring, which is why I liked Pokemon Snap so much.
Right.
New Pokemon Snap was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you don't have that same level of beauty with this game, which is unfortunate, but whatever. However, it looks like they're doing a lot of really interesting, cool things that I would like to see refined in the future. One part of the game that some people like, some people don't like, is that you are stuck in the same like hub area until you level up enough to get out of it.
Okay.
Which means that you do these quests and whatnot to go and catch like a bunch of the same kind of Pokemon, or go and defeat a bunch of the same kind of Pokemon, or a specific one, or whatever it is. And there's like this grindy aspect of it, which doesn't bother me at all. But the thing that does bother me is that I'm the kind of guy that does want to catch every Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
The games have always said that.
Yeah.
However, you're unable to do that in like every single Pokemon game. So I just do whatever the game allows me to catch, and I'll call it good.
Yeah.
Just my own self-satisfaction. And with this new Pokemon game, there are a lot of like, oh yeah, go and catch like a bunch of these.
Go catch 10 of these guys.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Go catch 10 of these guys. And you go, thank you. Now go catch 5 more of these guys. And you go, okay.
Gives me memories of like doing the bug catching contest in old Pokemon games.
Oh, okay.
You have to find like the right guy, and then you swap him out with another one if you don't like what you got or whatever it is. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pass on this one, even though I'm positive I would have a great time. It doesn't look like what I'm looking for right now.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I understand. Speaking of beautiful games, I would love to play Breath of the Wild because I've heard it's gorgeous. But I heard they're making a second one, so we'll just play that one instead.
You can, but
problem solved.
At the same time, the story is
problem solved. Are they really? They follow each other?
Yeah, this particular Breath of the Wild world, they are related to each other.
I thought all Zelda games were just kind of whatever.
You're pretty close. Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages came out at the same time, and they were interlinked with each other.
Whoa, so linked? Would you say?
I wouldn't.
Okay. As I look into the camera.
Sorry.
Damn.
But yeah, they are linked in a way where once you've beaten your game and somebody else has beaten theirs, you use your link cable to hook them up, and then you're able to do an extra dungeon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is kind of a cool thing. And the stories are like parallel worlds. It's a whole different like aspect, I guess, of Zelda shit.
Sounds like a pretty cool gimmick.
Majora's Mask is linked to what the fuck is it called? The classic one that
Ocarina
everyone loves. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I just kept going, a link to the past, a link to the past. I'm like, it's wrong. Yeah, Ocarina of Time. It's linked to Ocarina of Time, but in a very weird way where this is like, well, what if this happened? And it's just like a whole different thing where he goes into a different world.
It's a what if episode.
Yeah, more or less. Just like, what if you got sucked into a tree? Like, okay, cool.
Let's do it.
So yeah, there are some slight like, oh yeah, here's some elements of this one and whatnot throughout a bunch of different Zelda games. However, Breath of the Wild seems to be directly linked because it's using the same characters. And I would say directly linked because it's the same link.
Fuck. Right, I guess I'll play the first one.
Yeah. Anyways, you don't have to. I just think it would bring greater enjoyment to the story.
Fine.
That being said, the first one doesn't even have you like get all of the different elements of the story. There's like these memory places all over the map, and you go and remember about.
Am I collecting
stuff.
Feathers like fucking Assassin's
No,
Creed?
that's some other shit.
Okay.
You collect poop.
You collect poop in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Well, say no more. Sign me up.
Yeah, they don't tell you what it is. They just give you these like nice little gold nuggets, and then at the end you get a big old pile of poop.
Something like, hey, my name's, was it? I don't remember his name. Was like, hey, my name's Link, and this is Dirty Jobs.
Yeah, man.
What's the name of that guy?
Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe.
So yeah, speaking of Mike Rowe, you might enjoy that game on its own because you would be going off and doing so many different little side missions to collect the story of like, oh, this is Link and Zelda's past together, since it takes 100 years in the future, and you're remembering all this stuff because Link bumped his head for 100 years or whatever.
What?
And has to get all of his memories back.
Yeah, too long, huh?
Yeah, that's the deal. Is you wake up in a cave and an old man is like, "Sup, fucker?"
No, he's not elf. He's a Hyrulean.
Link is a very special person in general.
He's a special boy.
Yeah, he's a Hylian.
But he's not human, right? So they can live that long.
Well, a lot of specific stuff.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that when we do our Breath of the Wild podcast.
Yeah, we'll do that. But anyways, you might get more enjoyment out of the second Breath of the Wild if you played the first.
Fine.
Then again, I don't know because the second one's not out, so
I might
can't
just
say
play
for
Worms
certain.
instead. You know?
Yeah, I've heard Lemmings is a good game.
I don't know what that is.
It's it's just a bunch of small little guys.
Oh, like the things that go over.
Like Lemmings. Yeah. It's like that, but they're not. They don't look like cute rodents. Instead, they look like goofy little '90s cartoons.
Yeah, sounds like a good time.
Yeah, like Smurfs, but dorkier. And then you tell them to do different things, and they'll just keep on walking, and you have to make sure that they do the right stuff to not die.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. It's like an old school puzzle game. When I was a kid, I remember having it and not enjoying it.
But as an adult,
I'm like, yeah, I probably would have liked that if I was a little bit older when I played it, but I wouldn't like it as an adult. I don't think.
You missed it. Like you missed the
perfect. Yeah, I did. I missed the window.
Yeah, like, oh man, this would have been great around like 16, 17. But yeah, fucking no.
It's like lame ass micromanaging of little pixels, and I don't know. Not for me.
Grow up.
But yeah, that's my week, man. I've just been
cool,
playing Pokemon and Final Fantasy. I don't know what else you want from me.
No,
but,
it's plenty.
Good.
What have I done this week? I started working out again.
Oh, that's hard.
Sore.
Are you also dieting? Yes. That's harder.
I mean, dieting in the fact that I'm eating less, and I'm also trying not to eat past a certain time.
That's That's a hard thing to adjust to, especially when you're used to like, oh man, I just eat
hungry.
like a couple hours before bed because I need a snack and I don't want to go to bed hungry.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot. I've been like, hey, I'm hungry. I should eat, and then I eat. But like last night, it was like I don't know, like 11:30, almost midnight, and I was like, I'm hungry, and I was like, I'm not gonna eat. And then my body's just like, you fucking animal, give us food. And it's like turning on me like, you have a headache now. I'm like, yeah, I fucking do have a headache.
Yeah, that's part of it.
I was like, maybe I should go eat. And I was like, no, don't do it. And so this morning I woke up and was like really fucking hungry. But I was really tired, so I just kept sleeping.
What's crazy to me is that I have definitely had those situations where I've been super stoked about eating food at night and then just like cuddling in, getting ready for bed. And then I go, no, that's not healthy. It's fucking on my sleep schedule and stuff too.
Yeah.
So then I try to go back and at first it's like, oh, this is impossible. And then after 2 days, it becomes, I just don't have hunger anymore at all.
The pain is gone.
Yeah, I feel no hunger at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
it is strange that your brain's just like, you have to. What are you doing? Like it's telling you. And I'm like, you're fine. You'll be okay.
But at the same time, it's like I force myself to eat.
Yeah.
And then when I am eating, since I don't have hungry feelings, I don't have like full feelings.
You just like
either.
mash the food in your face.
Eating.
Yeah, you just mash it in and it goes down,
it's fucked up. Anyways. I have a weird relationship with food.
Food is strange.
And a weirder relationship with sleep. I can't do either of them well or healthily.
Pretty good at both of them.
Damn, dog.
Not saying like I eat great, but I can eat food and I'm good at sleeping.
I can do both of those as well. It's just never the way that you should.
I'm also very good at pooping. I might be the best at everything. Actually.
Hang on. You might spend too much time.
Oh, come on. But I like being on my phone and playing the games.
I get it. You could do that outside of your poop.
Ah, damn. That's my thinking chair, though. So I get my
a lot of men do that. A lot of men.
I thought I was like the only guy that thought on my toilet.
A lot of men do that.
Fuck, all right, whatever. I thought I was special. I call it my throne. Do they call it their throne?
Hate to tell you.
Oh my god. Well, I started that. Someone stole that from me.
Yeah, somebody for sure stole it from me.
Fucking thieves.
Right. I forgot. It's your concept. Your ideas.
Moving on. I wasn't gonna bring this up because I was like, we have a long episode where I probably shouldn't talk too much. But then I was just like, no, fuck that.
Fuck it.
This is tradition. I have finished the most recent season of Survivor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Survivor
Did you
Talk.
win?
It's back. I didn't win.
Oh.
No, that's for the challenge. The challenge is
I know, but like at the same time, you also have been doing the Survivor for a long time.
I did. I missed out on the Survivor fantasy because that's someone else that runs it, and I didn't set up a team, which is probably for the best because I checked out for like 2 months, And then I was like, I'm gonna get back and watch it. And then when Sierra and I started watching it together, I was just like, we have 3 more episodes. And I go, this shit's gonna wrap up pretty soon. And then I was like, that's the season. I thought like it was still airing. It's been done for like we knew it was done because when the when the episodes would air, the commercials would play, and the Christmas commercials were playing. I was just like, this feels strange. And I was like, what are you talking about? Kevin Hart's trying to sell me something with Santa Claus. I was like,
it's great. I miss Sierra, dude. She always she has all the like holiday themed decorations for the house and stuff. I bet that would feel especially weird for her, who has such like a high value
for Christmas,
for like when each thing should happen.
We just recently got all the decorations down. It's slow because the pregnancy
process,
so it takes a little bit longer. But yeah, we're getting there. I think it's all gone. I think we thought we were done maybe like 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, and I was like, yeah, I think all the Christmas stuff's gone. And then there was a garland just like on the ground where the stairs were, and I was just like, I'll pick that up tomorrow. I was just like, there's still a little bit Christmas spirit here.
Holidays.
Okay, so to recap the season of Survivor, it's Survivor season 41, but it's like starting all over. Their slogan was like, drop the 4, keep the 1. It's a whole new game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was so
all right, Survivor.
Corny, so corny, and I can even say that was so corny. But they were playing at a faster rate. They had less days out there, and so to jumpstart their being there for less time, they instantly started starving them. They didn't give them any food, and people were fucking miserable. It's pretty good. What can I say?
I mean, yeah, that's why you watch that shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I for sure get it.
They were
like, wow, these people are really geting tortured right now.
These guys are really hungry. That guy hasn't drank water in 5 days. How is he still alive? They were also doing a thing, I think was this season, where if they lost, they would take away their flint, I think. So like they couldn't make fire. I think that was the season. Maybe season 4. It was rough. It was no joke.
Hard time, yeah.
Yeah, but I know that this season also, and like it brought new, they always try to bring new advantages and stuff to the table. So one thing they added was everyone got a die that they got to roll, which didn't really matter. You shot in the dark. You'd drop your die in, and then you would get to pull out like a card, and then you had a 1 in 6 shot of that card saying that you're safe, and then you couldn't get voted out. But if you didn't get the 1 in 6 right, if you got the other cards that said you weren't safe, you lost your vote, right?
So you just decide when you want to use that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like I think one person used their shot in the dark. She used it to her detriment. If she would have voted against a different person, she would have tied the vote, and then that other person probably would have gotten voted out. But she got nervous, used her shot in the dark. So it wasn't very successful. It's just like, I think the season before that, they introduced like fire tokens where you could buy stuff with tokens or whatever. And it was just like,
I mean, they always got to have a new gimmick, whatever.
Yeah. So shot in the dark, meh. They also introduced this thing called like the 3-way immunity idol, whereas like there was 3 idols on different islands. And if you found it, it was on the thing, the packet, it said beware, it said beware advantage. Like if you don't want to risk your advantage, like if you don't want to risk anything, leave it, but there's something bad in there. So like you would get something good, but you'd have to give something up. So usually was, hey, you found this immunity idol, it's saves you, like, but you lose your vote until everyone else finds theirs. So the other two islands had to find theirs, and this guy's rocking no vote for like 2 weeks. He's just like, I'm fucked. It was really nerve-wracking. I mean, like I was scared for him.
Yeah,
I was like, you better win. And they had super gimmicky things where like they had to activate the idols, that they go to challenges and say these super wacky, outlandish phrases. I think one of them was just like, I'm as confused as a goat on AstroTurf, right? Like something you had to say, and people would be like, he said the thing. Now I say my secret code, and it gets activated.
I remember you mentioning stuff about this,
which I thought was like, it was okay, but then I realized because they right after this season they filmed the season 42, like right after it, like back to back. So those people don't know about this, so it's still fresh. But everybody else that watched this season and the next season will know, hey, if anybody says some fucking weird, cryptic thing from now on, now we know that they have an advantage. I feel like it's gonna be one of the short-lived things for the game. Also, this one was really dumb. A girl they made her not participate in an immunity challenge. She had to go to an island by herself. She technically lost that week's reward and was put into jeopardy of having to compete the next day or in 2 days with everybody else that lost, the losing team, to do a immunity challenge, right?
Okay.
So the people that won the reward challenge were safe. They didn't have to do anything. She lost. She got sent away. She came back, but when she was sent away, Jeff shows up. It's like, hey, you got sent away, but you've also been given this great chance. It's like, here's this hourglass filled with black sand or whatever. It's like,
ooh, mysterious.
Exactly.
Thanks,
he's
Jeff.
like, I'm gonna give you the power to turn back time.
Whoa,
he goes like,
Jeff.
if you break this hourglass, I'll rewind time and you'll change history. And instead of you being the losing team, you'll be the winning team, and you won't have to participate in the immunity challenge, and you'll be safe. And so obviously he smashed it. But
yeah,
I was thinking about it. I was just like, if you wanted to turn back time, why don't you just like flip the hourglass? Like, breaking it doesn't turn back time, you know?
Well,
just ruins your fucking hourglass.
Look, I'm not gonna get into the semantics.
I don't know
of
time
how
travel.
Sand works.
The only time travel I know is like if you shake your girlfriend's brother's hand, you go back 12 years.
Yeah, instantly. It's
Obviously.
nice and easy.
That's how it should
Tokyo Revengers taught me everything I need to know.
Like, that didn't make any sense.
There have been so many shows that have people survive on islands, and they always go, we're on a brand new island for this new season of Survivor. And you're like, all right, cool. How are there so many fucking islands that they, like, all these shows are there cycles
I will
of
tell
islands?
They no longer do that. They, for the last, I don't know, maybe 12 seasons, they just stay on the same, they stay in Fiji. Like, good. They used to be like, hey, we're in the Karamoas. Hey, we're in this place. They've essentially realized that Fiji's kind of the place they want to be. And they are a bunch of little islands, but they also do just recycle islands. They go, cool, this island worked for us 2 seasons ago, we'll just use that one and stuff like that. So yeah, most seasons have been in the I don't know, I guess like the last huge handful of them have just been in Fiji. So makes sense. I don't know.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, for a while I was like, they're gonna run out of islands. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like, there are so many shows. It used to just be Survivor, so like whatever.
Yeah.
But then it became, oh man, there's like every single survival show on the History Channel.
Yeah,
and
they
Discovery.
They just find a place like, I mean, except for those ones like specific, like we're in the Amazon rainforest, and they'll go there specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just find your spot and you stay there, dude. You know.
All right, cool.
What if one reality TV show like ran into another reality TV show? There's like, hey, we're Naked and Afraid. It's like, no, we're Survivor. Like, it's like, well, what's going on? You know, like, oh, we've double booked. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm sure that the networks own the islands, the property, whatever.
They must have some long-lasting lease or like rental agreement with other like nations. And stuff.
That was kind of my point. Is that it's an
for
international
10 years.
thing.
Yeah, we get
it's
this.
Really interesting how it all kind of works itself out. Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
Cool.
Okay, but to get into the how the season worked, it was going pretty well. I feel like I had pegged who I thought was gonna win, and Steer and I were like, I think this guy's gonna win. There's this thing called like the hero edit where like you can kind of guess like who's getting a lot of like the spotlight, who's playing things pretty well, who are they kind of painting to be the victor. And
usually it's not that person.
No, pretty often than not, like it is they have done, like you see like, oh, that guy's gonna win because he's getting more screen time and stuff. But this season, I feel like the hero edit almost was like they like faked us, because the person who I thought was gonna win did make it to the final, and they had a great chance to win. And I was like, I think this person's got it. All they got to do is bring that person and not take this person. It should be fine. But when they got to the final tribal cancel, I feel like the Xander, who's the guy who I thought was going to win, did a good job of like explaining his game and stuff. But it turns out that people just appreciated the way Erica played more, which is fine. I was upset with the way she played. I thought it was kind of boring. But after thinking about it more, like she did pretty good. Like she was able to like, convince people not to vote her out, even though people kept telling her over and over. People kept saying like over and over, like, oh, she's a threat. She's super smart. And she is super smart. She was just really unassuming. She was like a small like woman that looked really young, but she, and then she was good at getting what she wanted. She won challenges when she needed to. She voted out people what she wanted to. So yeah, she did good. She was like, Xander did this thing where he was under the radar. Then he was at the bottom of the barrel, and then he worked his way back up, and then people knew, oh, he's a threat. Eric essentially did like, cool, I'm coasting, and I'm going to get stuff done. I always have bigger threats above me. It's not a big deal. So she won, which is fine. I don't like love it, but it was okay. It was a good season. I enjoyed the season. It wasn't the best season. It wasn't the worst season. It was a good season. So
Did it feel like oh my god, it's the first season all over again?
Because they dropped the 4 because they dropped the 4 and kept the 1.
Yeah.
I will say this. I can wholeheartedly say this. This season was absolutely better than the first season. The first season is so fucking boring, dude. Because I've gone back and watched older seasons, seasons that I didn't watch because I was young and But I remember watching season 1. I was like, I'm super excited to start from the beginning. I was like, this shit's so lame because the first season I saw was like season 16, and I was just like, okay, they've got like their mechanics were a little more fleshed out.
When did the show start?
2000. Maybe 1999, something like that. Sure,
yeah.
I feel like it's been around for like 20-ish years. But yeah, it's like the first season was just like really, it was the game was so young that people played it differently. People were like, hey, it doesn't matter. People didn't realize like we're playing for $1 million. In that game, I feel like the person who actually won was a person who was actually competitively trying to win, and like that's why he won. Like if he would, and they brought him back. They brought Richard Hatch back in the later season called like. I think
Heroes or Survivors.
I think it was All Stars or Heroes versus Villains, but he came back. I know he came back for All Stars, but he did not do well because other people more people had come to the game and they became more competitive and stuff. The first season was just like, I'm just here for a good time. I'm here for the experience. I want to learn what it, and just like nah. People want to come and play and win. And this season, everyone came to play. Like people were trying really hard, which is good. It makes it more fun. It makes it feel more entertaining. And shout outs. I don't think they get enough credit to the edit. They did a really good job editing stuff. They started doing stuff where like they'll show us something and then they'll like, and then something happens and then they cut to a flashback and they go like, oh, this is what actually happened. Like, hey, good for them. They've actually kind of like they
have a narration.
They've committed to narrating it with the flashbacks. It was like because in the past that's happened in the past, but not very often.
Yeah.
And this season it was just like they led us to believe one thing and then like actually this is what happened. And like
one of my favorite things is reality TV flashbacks.
Yeah,
cracks me the fuck up every time.
Does it?
Yeah, it's so funny to me because it's like this real time in history, and then it shows you what went down, and then you go back and you have like a new context to the situation. And just sit there like,
interesting.
What? Like, I would have never known this.
One of my favorites in reality TV edits is when someone says something, they're like. And they'll be like, I can't believe you said that. That's ridiculous. I never would have said that. I can't believe you put me in that situation. And then the people edit back to that thing and that person didn't say what the other person said they said. Or they absolutely misremember things.
Yeah. And
I really like those. Those are really funny.
Exactly.
Like there was one, I think recently I was watching one where this girl's just like, I can't believe you put me in that position to do the balance beam when I didn't want to do the balance beam, but you said I had to do the balance beam. And they cut back to her being like, I'm really good at balancing. I should probably do the balance beam. And the guy's like, cool, you'll do the balance beam. But she remembers it completely different. I was like, God, those are really funny.
Crazy shit.
Anyways.
So welcome back from Survivor.
Yeah, I'm excited. It was a good time. Next season should be airing sometime this year. So yeah, it's good. It's good to get back to things that I enjoy. Watched Eternals. Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't go in theaters. You're right.
Yeah. Pro tip. Months later.
Yeah. Don't go to theaters. It looked nice. The story was
It did look nice. The story wasn't.
I was just really confused as to was it Camille, the guy from Silicon Valley that got super jacked to be in this. Why wasn't he in the final battle? Like what the fuck?
Come on, man. He decided he didn't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, but just like, but then he's supposed to come back because he's a hero. That's what they do. But he's just like,
nah, man. They're the Eternals.
Why do you get so yoked for a thing that you were? He was wasted.
But you know the whole Kit Harington. You know what his character?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What's going to happen is pretty exciting with whatever he's doing. If they do it,
maybe
I don't give a shit about like any of the Eternals as characters.
Same. They're all kind of. My favorite one was the speedster, just because I really liked the effects of her running.
Yeah, but then at the same time, who makes a deaf robot?
I think. Yeah, no, but I think the idea is that
I guess huge spoilers, whatever.
That shit came out forever ago.
It was like
it's free.
Honestly, come on,
guys,
Disney Plus. Give us a break. No, so like. It wasn't that great of a movie. I don't think people should go out of their way to see it. If you could see it for free, it was kind of fun. Didn't need to be as long as it was, but at the same time, they had so many characters. I
didn't know they were robots. But,
up until the point.
Yeah. The reason I thought she was deaf was because like, oh,
she is deaf.
I was like, but the reason I thought she was deaf was because
of her power.
Because of her running too fast and probably like fucking up her eardrums.
Yeah,
I was like,
sound barrier.
But maybe it broke because the other other Eternal was also malfunctioning. So maybe her her ears broke or something. I don't know. Get off me! I didn't fucking write the story.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
how bad was that fucking that CGI for the character at the end? Was it Pip the Troll or whatever that came through like the portal?
Yeah, sure.
It looks so bad.
Sure.
I've seen animes with better CGI.
Yeah,
fucking get map up in that bitch. Am I right? Yeah, I don't get it.
Dude comes in, he's like, I'm Star Fox, and I'm like, I know you from something else.
One Direction. Yeah.
Wait. I meant the name Star Fox.
Oh, yeah, no, but that was
also the actor.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like, but his name's not Star Fox. His name is, isn't it Fox McCloud?
Yeah, Star Fox is Fox McCloud. Yeah.
Okay, but his name's not Star Fox, is it?
No.
That's just the name of the game.
I don't remember exactly.
I think he's just
Fox McCloud. I don't have a deep knowledge of the lore of Star Fox. Yeah. I'm sorry. He collected crystals with some fox in space at one point. They had a Triceratops. That's as much knowledge as I have about Star Fox.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Slippy the Frog. May not be a frog.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways.
I don't know enough about amphibians.
Lastly, Sierra went on a date. She was kind of like, not complaining, but she was like, we don't go on dates anymore. And I was like, yeah, because we're married. Why we go on dates? But I was like, yeah. Other day, I was like, let's go on a date. So we went to a bar. We went to the Handlebar. We had dinner. And then we went and saw a movie because I was like, I don't think bowling's good for her, like to be doing. And I don't want her to do mini golf either. Probably not good for her. So yeah, I went to a movie. We watched the new Scream movie. Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't watch it.
Believe it or not, the reviews are correct.
Meh. It was like, I get what they were doing. What
were they doing?
They were trying to be, cool and meta and fresh, and it just came off as like annoying.
Guys, it's Scream, like the first one.
The first one's really good.
It's not Scream anymore, guys. We're all adults. I have a really big problem with what they've been doing with that shit, where they're like, we're rebooting the franchise using the same characters, and it's also a sequel. Like, shut the fuck up. What are you doing? That's too many things. People don't have that time.
They didn't call him they didn't call it a reboot or a sequel. They call it a requel or something like that.
Fuck you.
They in the movie like, yeah, this is more like a requel.
Fuck
I was
you.
Just like, that's gross. But yeah, they brought back legacy characters, what they call them, because they're super meta and deep. And like, oh my god, we're all related. Blah. Yeah, it wasn't good. They also redid like the Scream and like TV series. Do you remember that? MTV did Scream, the TV series, and then they had 2 seasons and then canceled it. And then they rebooted that, and they did it Scream MTV again, and then like all the characters were like black, and it wasn't as good. I mean, the first one wasn't good either. Neither of them were good, but I watched all of it.
I think it's really difficult to make the same thing over and over again and have it be better.
Yeah, once you catch it like lightning in the bottle, it's kind of hard to recreate it, right?
Yeah, like you might be able to expand on it and do other stuff, but if you're trying to do the same thing again, if you're trying to get that same thing, why?
Just like that.
What are you doing?
Just like the first Saw, right? Like all the other ones afterwards.
Complete trash. Still like them.
Yeah, I still watch them all. That's how I feel like Scream.
I'm a trash guy. I like them.
Watch like the first Scream. I watched all the other ones. I watched all the TV series. Meh. Yeah. It was at the end. It's a dedicated to Wes or whatever. And I was like, because Wes Craven passed away. I think this is the first one that he hasn't directed or written or anything. And I was just like, fuck. That's a bummer because it wasn't that good. Wes might be upset with this one.
Whoops.
Ugh.
Sorry, Mr. Craven.
That's it. Been doing other stuff and doing the work. Actually, that's not it. I wanted to tell you that my project for the most recent project that I've been working on dropped. The trailer for this really dope game called Here It Goes. You want to guess what it is?
Plants vs. Zombies.
Damn it, no, it's Risk of Rain 2.
Oh yeah.
For Gearbox. Yeah. I'd never heard it before. I was like, cool. I mean,
I own it. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play with me.
I'll play. I mean, I won't play with you. I had to do it all the time for work.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. But it's fun. Like, it's a game where like you're a bunch of survivors and you drop on a planet and then you like kill a bunch of monsters. It was cool. We're doing a trailer for one of the new characters that's going to come out. I think next month, like a new DLC character. She's the Railgunner. I could say that because they already dropped the trailer.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was cool to see it. It was also really cool to see people comment on it and people being like, wow, we like really like, the music or super dope shot or all that stuff. And I was like, oh, cool. People actually like this. And then I found like a YouTube guy that like, he streams this pretty like regularly. I was like, and he's like super hyped about our trailer. He's like, oh my God. And I was like, hey, look at that. That guy really likes this thing. I was just like, and I'm over here being like, I have never heard of this game. It's fine. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, it's just working. It's cool to see some people like actually like the other one that I worked for when it was Fortnite. I was like, I know people like that game. Like, yeah, it's like fucking 12-year-olds fucking love it, right? So it's like I knew there'd be a huge like yay for it, but this one's like, oh, some people really like this game. Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular game.
Didn't know,
or it was. Now I don't really know.
I don't know. I know that the last thing I'll talk about is that in the trailer I had to practice a bunch of making this like one shot, like shooting like one of the creatures, and I'm not very good at these types of video games, I guess, because it's especially if you need to be precise. So I kept missing, and then like one of the new director kept giving me shit like, oh man, you're really fucking missing this shot. I was like, I'm trying, dude. I'm fucking trying. And then I got it. I nailed it. That's the cut they went with. But because of the attack that the character shoots, it's like a kind of like a beam thing, and it hits the thing, but it also continues, like it phases through and then goes through them. So it looks like I nick the top of the monster, and because then it phases through. And so my new director's just like, damn, Juan, if only you would have hit that shot. I'm like, I did fucking hit that shot. I hit him right in the fucking dome, and it just phases through because that's how his ability works. So they've been fucking roasting me for a while, like, God, man, that commando shot that you missed. Oh, damn it, if only. And then I guess he then took a screenshot of someone's live streaming the trailer and talking about it, and then he posted, hey, check out, people really like this, and he put it on our Discord, and we didn't see it then people like, oh, okay, cool, and then I didn't see it till like a couple days later, but then I was reading through it, and like midway through there, someone's like, did that commando miss that shot at, question mark? And I was just like, I saw it, and I was just like, You did this. This is bullshit. There's no way someone actually called that out. He was like, yeah, I photoshopped that. I just wanted to see how long it would take for someone to notice. But yeah, it's pretty cool. If you go to Gearbox on YouTube and check out their newest trailer, you can see what I worked on. Yeah, fun time.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then we're working on more stuff. Can't tell you what, but I can tell you I worked on that last thing. That's
very
it.
Fun.
Have you watched any anime this week?
Just Attack on Titan, which I'm not willing to talk about too much. All I'm willing to say is when I was talking to my old roommate Josh, asking him if he has watched any Attack on Titan for this season, he was like, nah, I wasn't sure because last season was so good if I should, wait for this whole season to be out and see kind of what people's opinions are. And I'm like, oh, no, you're going to want to watch it. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of reasons to watch it right now. And I was like explaining, like, so far all the episodes of this season have been like top-notch episodes, and we've had some of those episodes that are more like, oh shit, revelations than any other episode before.
Yeah.
And I was like, give me an example of something that was like mind-blowing before. So of course he brings up one of the most mind-blowing things,
from
and
last
I go,
season?
I'm not going to say anything.
But from last season?
It's part of Attack on Titan is all.
From like 2 seasons ago? I'm just trying to figure out what season this is.
I just think it's the most revolutionary thing, except for this. Anyways, so yeah, he
like
essentially the history of everything.
Hey, bro, say less. I got you.
All right, thank you. Because it did tell us.
I get it.
Everything we've been wondering. Anyways, yeah, I was like, yeah. It's crazier.
Blew that shit out the water, yeah.
And then he was like, how? And I'm like,
can't tell you.
Looks like you're going to have to watch it.
No.
Like, what the fuck?
I feel like since Josh is one of those guys that's like on his computer fairly regularly, he should be watching it.
Yeah, I was like, avoid spoilers.
How do you stay away from it? Yeah, like...
It's because you have to kind of go to those communities or whatever, already be a part of like anime communities and shit for them to have Attack on Titan things.
Yeah.
Aside from the rare like meme that pops up,
like the Beyblade one, so good.
Well, like the Yelena reaction.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one too. Yeah.
So that's come up a few times. Anyways, I watched that. It was crazy, right?
Oh, just fucking nuts.
I like watching there going.
I like how you said you don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna spoil everything.
Please don't.
No, I won't. But it was really good.
It was a really good episode.
I usually save it to like. I would love to watch it on Sundays, but I have class and I get busy. But yeah,
well, now I have to watch it on Sundays.
Yeah, I get you.
Like
actively, it can get spoiled for you. I don't look at that stuff. Yeah. But I was like, yeah. So I literally just watched before coming over. I was like, hey man, got like 10 more minutes on this. I got to finish this. And then I come over and I go. Oh,
yeah. Worth it though.
You okay? Like, yeah, I'm fine. You know,
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of good stuff going on. It's a great show. Yeah.
Any more anime?
No.
Cool.
The only other anime that I'm like gonna actually watch is probably Ranking of Kings.
Yeah.
And, like we talked about it. We're like gonna stockpile that until after the pod. That way we have something nice to watch because this season sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty bad.
Let's get some news and then
I would
just
love
get
that.
fucking going, bro.
Hey, Attack on Titan. We got some very light news that
All
doesn't
right.
spoil anything, so that's good.
No spoilers.
Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2's opening has reached number 1 on the U.S. Billboard of Hard Rock Music.
Yeah, it's so good.
Crazy.
It makes me want to pump iron so bad.
Yeah, man, I feel
It's
you.
good.
It goes hard.
Which is crazy because like I'm not like super into like metal or like that hard stuff, you know. And last season's intro was so good. And I
yeah,
was just like, how can they top it? They fucking did it. They embodied what is the Attack on Titan.
dude, they got the screams going that like break right at the end, and then it transitions with the shot of the scream. Oh,
It's good.
all the drums and then the violins. Anyways,
It's good. I mean, like I think there's only been one intro on Attack on Titan that I don't fuck with, but this one is for sure. It's gonna be up there. It's a really good one.
the full song comes out on February 7th.
There's more. There's more.
That's how crazy it's
Holy
already number 1 and it's not even a full song.
The last season, you know, part 1, that was all of it. Like it wasn't a part of a more song. It was just that intro and that was it, which killed me because like I want more. So to know that there's more, I'm gonna pump so much fucking iron to this intro.
Such a good intro.
It's good, yeah. It's a good song.
All right, cool. Unrelated to Attack on Titan news, Jujutsu Kaisen will be getting a big announcement on February 12th.
Pachinko machine. Cool.
Yeah, so season 2.
Yeah, probably.
I mean-
what if they go, hey guys, the big announcements, we're done.
Yeah.
Can't keep going.
It was a classic instant ramen move. Hey, it looks like Demon Slayer season 2 is not going to air on Toonami,
What?
according to this Reddit post of a Twitter post of somebody saying we can't get the license for it for Netflix at this time because the price is now
Netflix has it.
higher. Well, I mean, you know, I'm sure Netflix has. They always try to get the most popular anime late. It's usually like a year or two after. Then they're like, throw
I
it
get
on
what you're
there,
saying.
right?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So for season 2, the licensing is so expensive now because of their wild success from Mugen Train.
I get it. It's good. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Anyways, yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that does
So.
kind of suck for the people who want to see it on Toonami and aren't going to get a chance to. But
And finally, ABC has now ABC News has suspended The View host Whoopi Goldberg. And that is our anime news for the week.
can I ask
What?
nothing?
Oh, you don't want to?
I am curious as to why they've suspended her and why that made our news.
I thought it was okay. First off,
Whoopi.
I had no idea.
Okay.
Second off, I thought it was funny
Okay, that's fair.
because Whoopi Goldberg got banned from TV, and that's hella funny.
So it has nothing to do with anime.
No, it just has to do with me watching Rat Race like a million times when I was a kid, and going, "You shouldn't buy those squirrels, Whoopi. What are you doing?" All right, so you just remember that movie?
What? No, I'm not gonna laugh. That's such a dumb reason to put it in the news. Okay, let's do this week's episode.
Okay, I will.
What are we talking
We're
about?
talking about Crunchyroll award nominations and categories for the Anime Awards 2022
Yes.
regarding anime from 2021.
Yes. Let's go from the. Do you want to?
So we're doing this the Crunchyroll way,
Which
and
is upsetting.
It is upsetting, and I felt like it's only appropriate to let other people be upset about Crunchyroll the same way that
Okay.
we are.
Okay, because yeah, I almost,
Otherwise, we're coming at this Crunchyroll hostility like out of nowhere.
wrong.
Right?
No, exactly. No, I almost suggested, can we just copy and paste this one to the bottom? But then no,
I already know.
because then we're fixing Crunchyroll's shit.
Anime of the year.
Yeah, let's do it. Anime of the year. Let's start off fucking as hard as possible.
Anime of the year. So Crunchyroll nominated 8686, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1,
Okay.
Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2,
Yep.
Odd Taxi,
Okay.
Ranking of Kings, and
Okay.
Sunny Boy. Which honestly, dude,
I'm not disappointed.
Pretty good lineup. I know that a lot of people love 86.
Yeah.
I do think that Jujutsu Kaisen Part 1 was pretty weak, but I didn't watch Part 2, so I can't say anything about that.
No.
And then Attack on Titan, Odd Taxi, Ranking of Kings, and Sunny Boy are all fantastic. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
When I was seeing that, I was just like, I didn't watch 86 besides the one episode, so I was like, I don't know what this is and why it's there or whatever. Jujutsu Kaisen makes sense because it's like super popular, right?
Yeah.
And then the other ones, I was surprised Sunny Boy made it because, I was like...
because they hate art?
Yeah. Exactly. I was just like, I mean, I remember the other great shows I've gotten the fucking, the boot. Like, why did this Madhouse show that was super weird, get in there? Maybe because it's Madhouse. Yeah. Also, it was on Funimation, so it's like, are they giving them a hand? Because Funimation, what else?
Well, now they have now they're touching butts or whatever.
Exactly, but Funimation, Ranking of Kings, were both, Funimation both exclusives,
funny, yeah.
But there's also times when Crunchyroll will submit stuff and it goes like, this is Crunchyroll heavy, this whole category is just super Crunchyroll heavy. So it's cool to see Sunny Boy in there. Now, which was my favorite? Oh, that's hard. I mean,
okay, well, let's just say there were a lot of really good ones. I'm surprised that To Your Eternity didn't make it in there.
Yeah.
Based off of a lot of things that we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
I'm surprised Wonder Egg didn't make it in there. I wouldn't have voted for it.
The first 11 episodes were really good, though.
I got nothing else to say about that.
Shut your mouth.
And then there's also Vivi Florai's song.
So good, too.
Like, all of these incredible anime came out last year.
Yeah.
However, this lineup that they gave us, I feel like it covers different genres and different stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I vote for Sunny Boy.
Oh,
personally,
that's good
which is, I mean, if you know me, that was nothing else could have beaten that.
I get it. I was torn because I really liked that Attack on Titan thing. Yeah, but I also feel like it's also built on so many years of
I feel like it's
anime.
Kind of a dick move unless it does something that's mind blowing for anime.
Yeah.
To vote for a sequel of something.
Yeah, you see that's another thing is okay, so then
then my
second thought was like, okay, Ranking of Kings I also really like, but it's too core and it's not even done, so it feels weird to vote for it.
Yeah.
So that's why for my best anime of the year, I'm going to pick Odd Taxi.
I think that's a really good choice for you.
I also really like Sunny Boy. But I think, honestly, if I had to be true to myself, if I had to pick between Sunny Boy and Vivi making it into those top two, I would have picked Vivi. I think I enjoyed Vivi more than Sunny Boy. Also, I feel really bad about saying this. If To Your Eternity was in there, it would have been a second thought, but I forgot about To Your Eternity was even a thing until we got to one of the categories.
It's also an emotional wreck.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so good. You see, that's the thing. It wasn't nominated till super low in this chain, and then once I remembered about that show, I was just like, oh, why wasn't that here and in this category and in that category? So for what they have up there, I would vote for Odd Taxi as my favorite anime of the year. But a lot of those are really fucking good. I'm not going to take it away from them. Good job. I do think it's fucking stupid. You made anime of the year your first fucking category. But hey.
So if people had to go and watch an anime from last year, what would you tell them to watch? I would say go and watch Sunny Boy.
I would say go watch Ranking of Kings because it's still continuing and it's still really good. But for this vote, I'd vote for, if I had to vote for them. Yeah. They would that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we're going to talk about Best Boy, which, man, what a change of pace.
They killed it.
Best anime into Best Boy.
Why wouldn't you just start with Best Boy? Something that doesn't matter. That's also kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm with you, dude. I'm totally... Anyways.
Don't start with something boring like Best Score, Best Director. Fucking Best Boy, Best Girl, keep it pushing.
Yeah, exactly. Nice and easy. These are good to keep at the front, but why did you have that first one there? Anyway. Best Boy, they have nominated Senku Ishigami from Dr. Stone Season 2, Izumi Miyamura from Horimiya, Otakawa from Odd Taxi, Boji from Ranking of Kings, Ken Draken Ryuguji from Tokyo Revengers, Manjiro Maiki Sano from Tokyo Revengers.
Okay, so a couple things here. 2 Tokyo Revengers? Come on. Also, you gonna put Dr. Stone from Dr. Stone up in there? Come on.
I had no idea where you go with any of it, but I'm down, dude. Let's talk about it.
For this one, it wasn't that hard, and
mine was instant.
Mine was Boji.
Yeah,
right off the bat. And I will say this: even though Ranking Kings isn't done, I fell in love with that character within like 2 minutes of like the show starting, you know? So this like, he's my new favorite boy, you know? That is my bestest of all the boys.
Well, you will be happy later when I get to talk about Boji.
Okay.
Because I did not choose him.
So it's fine. But I really, for me, I was like, oh,
I totally get it,
the
man.
second one in there would have been the dude from Odd Taxi.
Oh, okay.
Which I also really like. The Tokyo Revengers guys did nothing for me. Obviously, the Dr. Stone was a pass. Who'd you pick?
Easily Azumi Miyamura.
From Horimiya. That's fair.
Now, here's the thing that I've always looked at for best boy and best girl.
Mm-hmm.
These have pretty much always been who you want to fuck.
Yeah, I don't think about it that way.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's how I take all of these into consideration. And I'm like, these are mostly children. That man is an animal, you know, stuff like that.
Well, walruses are dope. They can concede. He's also a man. He's also an
Whoa.
adult.
All right. Anyways, I decided to go for the hot boy.
Yeah,
out of
fair.
all of those, like the hottest, coolest hot boy.
Let's see.
Who went, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch, or whatever, and it turned on his girlfriend, and I was like, that was a really 10 out of 10 moment, and I will never forget it, and I want him to do it to me, and I just don't think that Senku has the balls to do that to me, and I think that Boji, he just wouldn't support me in that way since he's 8 years old
and like deaf and mute.
Yeah, it's hard. They always give you a bunch of low-aged motherfuckers for this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Otakawa would be the only,
consenting adult
decent choice to make. Yeah.
But he's also, I will say, like, after looking at that, a lot of those people are very young. Like,
that's how I
Senku's young. Yeah, fucking the guy from Horimiya, I guess he's in high school, right? So like that's like,
yep.
And then I guess Otakawa's an adult. Boji's a kid. These other two are kid, but it's also in the future, so they're also adults. It depends on whatever. I don't know, man. I think sometimes I do pick best boy and best girl. It's like, who is the one you want to fuck or whatever, but not all the times. No, I don't always. That's not always my hard and fast rule. I love Boji with all my heart.
Yeah,
and I will protect him to the death.
Yeah.
I will get him tatted on my chest.
I just think that best boy and best girl are a fucking mess, and it's crazy to me that we've come this far.
This one is messy.
Yeah, I just don't ever understand it. Like, it's just not for me.
But props to them for not just throwing in Izuku Midoriya again, for like the 5th year in a row.
Well, because, okay, so what they always have best protagonist, best antagonist. Mm-hmm. They have best boy and best girl. Why not just say, like, best male character, best female character, and then it can feel completely removed from the meme of best boy and best girl.
No, you gotta do
from internet's days past.
I mean, it's just the world's not ready for that.
I mean, I'm just saying,
the world's not ready for that.
We're still trying to fuck these kids. And,
God, don't say that.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. As an anime community, it fucking sucks being a part of this community.
It's dirty.
You're just like, oh, I love this character. They're so great. They are 14 years old.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I didn't know. You're just watching it, and it's an adult person writing their lines.
The internet sucks.
You don't understand because it's animation. They all look like they're 25.
I get it.
And I fucking hate anime, but best girl. I have a best girl. You have a best girl?
From that list?
So we're going to be talking about best girls.
Yeah.
We've got Vladiana Milize from 8686. Probably totally butchered that name. Mm-hmm. We got Toru Honda from Fruits Basket, the final season. We got Nobara Kugisaki from Jujutsu Kaisen, Core 2. We have Sarasa Watanabe from Kageki Shoujo. We have Shoko Komi from Komi Can't Communicate. And we have Ai Oto from Wonder Egg Priority.
Right.
Yeah. Vivi. I got to go Vivi on this one. Wasn't even listed. Are you kidding me? Vivi, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Are you fucking... Like,
that is funny.
Look at all the shows.
I
mean, I would take something from To Your Eternity, but it would make me sad.
Yeah.
I would choose him as best boy, but it would make me sad.
Fair.
I'm choosing Vivi on this one. Not even part of the list. I don't think any of them deserve it when you have a character like Vivi, but at the same time, they're all pretty good girls.
Yeah.
If
I'm sticking to this list, I guess I'll pick Komi.
Oh, if you have to stick to the list,
if I had to vote. But yeah, I didn't even think about that. Vivi would make the best girl.
Yeah, easily, right?
Like her a lot. Such a good anime. Super underrated.
Yeah.
It should have made the category for like anime of the year.
Uh-huh.
It's really upsetting.
And she's an adult. She's hundreds of years old.
She's also not.
And she's also
human.
like a regular adult.
She's also like a robot. So
yeah.
it's whatever.
She got those family ties, you know. She got a little girl that is gonna explode on her. Or
well,
whatever.
let's move on from best boy and best girl. That's always a mess.
Right, fine. Best protagonist, and here lies the mess.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We've got Attack on Titan for the best protagonist, a character from that show. We also have Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2, Joe from Megalobox 2 Nomad, Otakawa from Odd Taxi, Boji from Ranking of Kings, and Ai Oto from Wonder Egg Priority.
Oh, okay, yeah. I picked Otakawa from Odd Taxi, and you might think to yourself, hey, why didn't you fucking pick Boji? Like, you just said he's your favorite boy, and he is. But there are, I think, other characters that I think in that show that like are also like really shine and I really like more. But I think Otakawa out of like from Odd Taxi was like probably like the best part. I feel like his vibe is his whole thing. Like that show wouldn't have been the same without him. So I picked him.
That's fair.
Like that, yeah.
I chose Boji from Ranking of Kings.
Oh, dude, good for you.
Because I feel like he has this positivity that just it flows into all of the people around him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And I support him so much in the whole story of the show.
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine anybody that's a better protagonist than this little motherfucker.
I feel you.
Who is so sweet and so kind.
Yep.
Anyways.
Love him to death. But yeah. I mean, I think it's also a good pick. It's one of those things like, who'd I give it to?
It's hard sometimes, man.
Sometimes they're splitting hairs. Sometimes I want to give it to two of them. But yeah, I mean, I'm not upset with that at all.
Yeah. And then for best antagonist, we have Attack on Titan character. Sorry, I should make it clear. From Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1.
Right, make it clear.
For both categories that we're talking about here, same season. And Tomura Shigaraki from My Hero Academia Season 5. Yano from Odd Taxi. Echidna from ReZero, Starting Life in Another World Season 2. Ainosuke Shindo, from also known as Adam from Skate the Infinity, and Teta Kisaki from Tokyo Revengers.
I picked the person from Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, you chose Attack on Titan character?
Yeah.
I think that's a really good choice, and I won't talk about why any of it would be a good choice.
That's fair, yeah. I really like that character.
I chose one that I think you might agree with.
Okay.
Frill from Wonder Egg Priority.
Ooh. I mean,
she was an awful,
awful. I feel you. I mean, I still like my pick. That's on.
No, of course. But I just think you might, understand where I'm coming from.
I forgot about her, just because I want to forget about that last episode.
Well, that's why I was like, oh man, I don't even remember her name, but she made me feel so bad.
She showed up right before. Like, did she? No, she wasn't even introduced until episode 12, right?
I think it was like. It was like a couple of episodes before, because we had the whole backstory episode, and then we had the "fuck you" episode,
yeah,
and then we had the
final episode. The episode like made you like revolt, like you're like, oh my god, I feel disgusting. Yeah, that was pretty fucked. That show's so good, and then it's not. That is a really scary character. It does one of those things where like it has like one of those characteristics or traits that it does, the thing or whatever, like
the little pop,
that like other things like other movies and other like genres will pick up and add to their character, and it just like it sticks with you. So like if ever I hear like that pop or whatever, it just instantly kind of gives me the chills kind of thing.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, it's really cool that they were able to really imbue this fucking weird trait with this one character.
That's why I had to choose her.
Good stuff, yeah.
Solely for that exact reason.
Yeah. But then episode 12 comes through. And
so. Hey, I'm going to be honest. I think that I need to be honest at this point. I voted for a lot of Wonder Egg stuff.
That's fair. I didn't, I don't think.
I am upset that I did, honestly. It just sucks that I loved it so much while I was watching it. And then it was all just pulled out from underneath me.
You know what? Like, if that last episode that was, had extra time to be put in production and all that stuff, if it would have been a banger, like, that show absolutely would have been top tier.
Yeah, it would have been the best one of the best of all time.
Yeah, it would have made, I think, picking the best game of the year a lot harder for me, because I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. We were talking about it before that show had even ended. We're like, what's going to win best anime? Because there's a lot of good stuff this year, like that we're like really into. And so it sucks that they really fucked that at the end for you.
Yeah.
I still really like it.
Anyways, you will hear me mention Wonder Egg a lot more. I just thought that I needed to bring up how good they were at doing so many things, and then they couldn't mount the finish. They just floundered.
It's okay.
They just frilled it.
We'll get over it.
Yeah, I guess so. So anyways, that would be my pick for best antagonist.
Yeah,
I totally support yours, and I think that is a great pick. But once again, season 4, it's really holding me back from being okay voting for things in that category.
You see, I think I'm less. I think for best anime of the year, like that point is the thing that really drives it home. Like, I don't want it to be a continuation or like a sequel or a third or fourth season. But if it's something else, like hey,
I'm with you.
I'm more okay with giving it to them. Like I'm okay with giving Boji best boy, even though the show's not done.
Yeah,
even though I'm not comfortable giving it best anime because it's technically not done. So it's like, there's like weird personal rules. Yeah. But
for sure,
that character in that show, I don't know, man. Like, is that part 1 was like, hard to get through, but like in the best way possible. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, cool. Next up, this one's always hard for me. I have a really hard time remembering specifics about fight scenes. So we're going to do best fight scene. Now, Crunchyroll gave us the options of Eren Yeager versus the Warhammer Titan from Attack on Titan, season part 1? Final season part 1. How did I miss that word? I was like, what the fuck's happening? Anyways, Naruto Uzumaki versus Ishiki Otsutsuki from Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Yuji Itadori and Aoi Todo versus Hanami from Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. Yuji Itadori and Nobara Kugisaki versus Eso and Kechizu from Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. Elma versus Toru from Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid S. And Vivi versus Yugo Kakitani from Vivi Fluoride Ice Song.
When I saw this, I gave my vote to the Vivi one, but that's because like I didn't even know there's specific fights in the list. I was just like, oh, Vivi's here, that one wins, because I loved all of the fights in Vivi.
Well, that's the thing. Like, thinking about how My Hero had a whole season that was essentially just villain fights.
Yeah,
none of those made it into Crunchyroll's list, and an entire show based off of cool fights each episode that was one of the best looking shows I've ever seen in my entire life. Wonder Egg priority. Also, the fights were so divided up.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that, oh man, this is the sickest fight sequence. Instead, you get a bunch of like fun, small fight sequence bits where you see a character get her ass kicked, and then a whole bunch of extra, a whole bunch of extra stuff goes on, and then you go back to the fight, and then it's like a one-hit kill situation. So it's not really the best fight.
It's still cool.
Yeah. And then with My Hero, you had so many cool, like, oh, we've never seen them do these kinds of things. Situations happen. But overall, I do feel like it just wasn't memorable. I don't remember that season of My Hero that well, honestly.
I mean, I didn't even watch this season of My Hero because I was watching it with my nephew. Right? And then like we, got busy and stuff. So like I still want to watch it with him. I'm actually caught up with the manga yesterday. Like, I'm like completely caught up, and I was like 40 chapters behind. I was like, oh, I should probably do this.
Might as well.
Did it, and I was like, wow, this shit's getting crazy. It's supposed to be wrapping up soon, I think, or whatever. But I was like,
whatever. They milk it forever.
So I'm sure I'll watch it. I'm sure the fights. I am surprised that not a single one made the list to Jujutsu Kaisen. So come on, guys, get off your fucking ass.
Anyways, I'm with you though. That Vivi fight, that particular one.
When you told me which one it was, I go, that's
probably
a good
the
one.
Dopest fight in the show.
Really good one.
That being said, all the fights were rad as hell. So whatever you would go with in Vivi would be a great fight. Yeah, so that's kind of my go-to, but I don't remember fights well. I remember these like big moments for characters. I remember general like things that happen in the order that they happen in shows. I remember, and then they fought. What did that fight look like?
I don't know.
My brain just let it go.
You know who won.
You're just having fun. You don't need to pay attention. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I don't.
That's good though.
Yeah, dope as hell. I know that there are a lot of people that go and they're like, oh man, I got to look up the fights from and when I say this, I mean, I'm making assumptions based off of all the comments that I see when I'm doing research for this, where there are comments and people are like, oh, this show's got such good fucking fights. And it's just like a 2-minute fight scene. And you're like, who's commenting on like a fight ripped from a show that like people are watching this and talking about it, and it's just crazy to me, considering that's never something I even process. I just go, that was fun, that was dope, cool. That looked really good. And then I go onto the podcast and I say, it looked really good.
Remember they fought, and you go, yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, and I guess these people are just doing that same thing but about that specific part of the fight on a random YouTube clip that was like ripped from the episode where these people are just trying to get extra views.
Nice.
It's like,
hey man,
I don't know.
Do what you got to do.
They're just trying to get their cash. It's funny. Best director after best fight, naturally. Best director.
Seamless transition. Yeah,
always is. All right. So we have Yuichiro Hayashi for Attack on Titan the final season, part 1. Songo Park from Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. Yo Morimiya from Megalobox 2 Nomad. Bako Kinoshita from Odd Taxi. Shingo Natsume from Sunny Boy. And Shin Wakabayashi for Wonder Egg Priority. Now, this for me was a really easy one.
Okay. What'd you get, Foot?
Well, I went with Sunny Boy. I had to go with Shingo Natsume because Sunny Boy had so many different episodes that were directed and written by different people and whatnot. But this guy's overseeing everything. And dude, that fucking show had so many different things going on that all came together. It had so many different pieces that were set from the beginning of the show that come into play later on in different ways that you wouldn't anticipate or expect. It had the growth between all the characters that it was done in such a natural way. I feel like he knew exactly what he was going for, and he crushed it. From the animation, to the music, to the writing, to the shots, like cinematically, it was fucking awesome. Some of the styles in the animation weren't like the prettiest looking, but they were very unique, which made them stand out. And I think that that's why he should get Best Director.
Yeah, I think I agree. Because like you were saying, like there's so many moving parts that at any point that could have fallen apart. Like it could have gotten too messy and it could have been like, cool, I don't care anymore. But he did a good job of wrangling all these different elements to create this amazing story. So yeah, I agree. I think the Best Director goes to the dude from Sunny Boy.
But absolutely shouts out to Attack on Titan, the final season, part 1.
Especially being new
switched
season.
Studios, it switched directors. It's a whole different thing.
And still was able to kind of encapsulate what we like about Attack on Titan and make it like so much better.
Well, we all sat there going, this is either going to be the best or the worst.
Yeah,
what's going to happen?
Really funny. Us sitting there watching the first, I was like, they could really fuck this up. We've seen it happen before, you know?
And then I go, I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on, but I didn't hate it.
I didn't see anybody recognize though what's going on.
And then I kept watching, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
I'm starting to love this.
This is Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
This is fantastic."
Yeah, I agree.
So big shout outs to him. But I do think that Sunny Boy was like, and Odd Taxi as well.
Good,
both shows that were meant to be their own contained stories. They shouldn't have a second season or anything. And then Odd Taxi's over here being like, "What if I did a second season?
We do it for movie too. We need a movie going."
No, you guys. So I feel like there were a lot of these projects that had an idea from front to end. They had everything planned out and they executed it really well this year. Megalobox season 2 was very much like its own thing. You didn't really need the first season in order to watch the second season because it was so different. It did make second season a lot better. But because the tones were so much different and it was such a different direction for the story to go, for things to play out in just such a different way, was a difficult thing for somebody to undertake. So shout outs to that director too. I think that these are all really good choices. Of course, I didn't see Jujutsu Kaisen the second core, but like,
I mean, they made it.
I saw the first half, and yeah, he's got some good fights.
Cool.
Honestly, Jujutsu Kaisen's got sick fucking fights. I didn't mention that before.
Don't know you mentioned it before.
Because I didn't, watch it, but like...
Cool fights.
Dude, part 1, cool
I watched
fights.
the cool fights, yeah.
Yeah. They're cool. They're cool as hell. I do know, somebody said like, oh yeah, I've just watched the fights from the show. Seems pretty cool. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, cool.
All right. I'm like, but I read all the manga. I'm like, okay. You do you, man. So yeah, anyways, best director from both of us, Sunny Boy, has got to be that pick. Best animation. Now this one is a difficult one in general. Every year it's always difficult because there are so many good looking shows, and I don't care about a lot of them. Is what always happens. So
yeah, that's fair.
Best animation, we have Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Mugen Train, Arc from Studio Ufotable, Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2 from Studio Mappa, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S from Studio Kyoto Animation, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Core 1 from Studio Bind, Vivi Fluoride Eyes Song from Wit Studio, and Wonder Egg Priority from Cloverworks. What's up, man?
Who'd you vote for?
I think
it's clear who I voted for.
have made my opinions pretty clear.
Okay, can I guess who you voted for?
Yeah, you can.
Did you vote for Wonder Egg?
Yeah, absolutely.
I voted for Vivi.
Yeah, that's fair. The reason that I didn't vote for Vivi is because when I was looking at those fight scenes, I remembered, oh yeah, there are a lot of like really like flat looking shots.
Love them.
Yeah, just I didn't like how a lot of the characters looked in certain lighting and whatnot, because they were Wit Studio has the capability of making these just gorgeous close-up shots. They do such a good job.
I think
at
that's
close-ups.
what it was. I think that the really like detailed close-up shots, whenever they would come through, it's like, it would like knock me on my ass.
Yeah,
so like,
those look good. The fight's incredible.
Yeah.
But in general, the nothing really happening scenes have great backgrounds, but they don't really do it for me otherwise. That's the reason that I went with Wonder Egg.
I feel like Wonder Egg, it looks great, I think, throughout the entire thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm salty on Wonder Egg.
You are salty on Wonder Egg because they literally put in movie quality production
that
to this.
12th episode, though, am I right?
I know, yeah. Shitty story.
Jobless was really good, too.
Jobless was really good.
I almost want to go Jobless because the fact that, like, really was the animation that kind of convinced me to keep watching it.
True.
And have me be like, I actually really enjoy and like this show. So I feel like those are three high contenders for me. Like like Wonder Egg Priority, Vivi, or Jobless. I feel like those are all like great in my eyes, and those are the shows I watched. I mean, I've seen the Demon Slayer, the Jujutsu Kaisens, the Miss Kobayashi. Like I know of them. I don't watch them, so I'm not going to vote for them.
Yeah, the parts with like really smooth action. Yeah, in all three of those are fantastic. Yeah, they look so good. Demon Slayer, of course, fantastic. UFO
super
Table
popular.
always
People love it.
Crushes it. Yeah. And then we have Jujutsu Kaisen, who Mappa once again just all over the place, crushing it with these action shows. Right?
Crazy that they have the time to do Jujutsu Kaisen, who's massive, and and Attack on Titan, which is massive.
Different parts of the studio.
Yeah, they're just like they're taking on a lot, and they're doing good jobs with both of them. So good for them.
Yeah, and Kobayashi has some like really, really intense looking animation at times.
Kill Annie, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You put all these like powerhouses up here. Of course, it's going to be a difficult choice. But yeah, I had to go with Wonder Egg because that visual style is so bright and poppy while also remaining like dark and dreary. I love that there are these two separate tones that they constantly force against each other. Yeah. It just wound up looking fucking good. Plus, they have more frames per second than any other show.
That Wit close-up, bro. Damn. No, good stuff. Yeah, I agree. Wonder Eggs was really good, too.
So, yeah, anyways, difficult category for that. But best character design.
I feel like I know who you voted for.
Oh, yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Tadashi Hiramatsu for Jujutsu Kaisen's Core 2. Baku Kinoshita and Hiromi Nakayama from Odd Taxis. Character design. Atsuko Nozaki for Ranking of Kings, Michinori Chiba from Skate the Infinity, Loundra Flat Studio, and Yuichi Takahashi from Vivi Fluoride's Eye Song, and Saki Takahashi from Wonder Egg Priority. These are all for the best character design.
I picked Ranking of Kings because I fucking love the way it looks.
Completely understand.
Before like even the show had started, I caught a little like I think it was like just the photo of it, like the panel of it. And I was just like, this looks weird. And then I caught a trailer of it. And I was like, this looks fucking dope. And I was super excited to watch this show about this little kid doing cute little kid stuff. And then it turns into like this fucking super hyper violent world. I'm like, whoa, like the way the world looks with the things that happen in the world really kind of make the character designs look so much better. And it's just like every time like a new character gets introduced, I love looking at them like head to toe, being like, what's your face, what's your deal, like what do you like so yeah, the character design, it's just different. It's gorgeous. It's like cute. It almost it feels like one of those, feels like a children's story, but it's but it's not. So yeah, I really like Ranking of Kings design, just based on design alone. There's so many cool design elements. Yeah, love it. Fucking love it.
I I think that a lot of these shows on here have some very specific reasons that they have such unique, interesting character design. Skate the Infinity had a bunch of characters that were just
wild looking.
Yeah. Like insane fucking looking. Yeah. So of course that one's going to be on here. It was a lot of fun. And then Odd Taxi. Without spoiling anything, they had to put thought into every single character and how they looked and why they looked that way.
Go the extra mile. Yeah.
Crazy cool. Of course, Vivi had some great looking anime characters. They had to make shit in Minecraft. I don't know if you would consider, that
great character design
block robot character, but it was. So anyways, lots of interesting choices on here. But again, I had to go for Wonder Egg.
Of course.
For very similar reasons that I spoke of earlier, where they just like have these bright, poppy, fun looking characters, and then they have these unique parts of their personality in their like clothing, in their style, and we're able to see kind of like both parts of who they are just through their looks and their fashion without going too much further than that, I guess.
No, like one of like the main character in that show, like I love her.
Oh, dude.
Her yellow raincoat, like her little, there's like that bow on the back. I love her shoes. Her eye color, like all the stuff like together, like put that shit together, it's great. And every character seems to have that really good attention to detail. No one really looks that boring. Even the boring characters aren't boring.
I mean, they had two characters that were mannequins.
Yeah, and they were great. Yeah, they didn't have like eyes or anything. I think the difference, like one of those mouths was triangle up, the other one was triangle down. Just like, and I was like, okay, all right, I see. Whoop, this one's got glasses. That one's got a backwards hat. He's kind of kooky, shit like that.
And then there's also the animals that they had.
Good stuff, man. Yeah,
lots of really good stuff. I think really good design. That's why I had to choose it. But dude, man, so many good choices this season.
I feel like
this year.
I feel like those are all like they all have their merits. I still really like Ranking of Kings designs though. Just I haven't seen anything like it ever, I don't think, right? And if I haven't in a very long time. So
yeah. But that being said, as we're going along, as we're getting through all this shit, I mean, man, like Crunchyroll has such a small pool that they keep choosing from for all this different shit.
Yeah. It's like they're like Attack on Titan, Ranking of Kings. What else has been up there?
Throw Jujutsu Kaisen in there.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Odd Taxi. Those have been kind of.
It's not to say that there's favoritism, but it is to say that it's really difficult to make a list of all of this stuff when you keep thinking about the same ones and keep going. Yeah. This it was just so good for this thing. I understand that there's like a bunch of different shows out there that like didn't quite make the mark. But we already know some of these aren't going to win the categories. Like, we had Skate the Infinity in this category.
That wasn't going to
win. Which was not going to win.
Over the popularity powerhouse that is, fucking...
Attack on Titan. Was that even in here?
No, but I'm saying, like, shit like that. Like if you put Attack on Titan against, Skate the Infinity, you're like, who's going to win? You telling me Skate the Infinity's going to pull it out? You're like, no fucking way. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, like, if Crunchyroll did a better job of being like, hey, things can only be nominated twice or 3 times or whatever. Maybe they could take more care into what gets put into stuff. But again, also, like, what if you got a really shit season of anime where it's like...
That's the thing.
It's like there's only 4 good shows. Like
honestly, I went through it and I looked at all of our stuff and I was like, there are only a few bangers, but they were good.
Yeah, so that's stuff. I also sometimes...
we still haven't, even though the characters are all like kind of the main point of To Your Eternity, that wasn't on this list. Just gonna point that out.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, it's a really good one. It's weird that it got... I feel like it got snubbed a bunch, but
yeah.
But I will say this: like, it also does feel, because of the fact that there's like, like 4 or 5 shows that are really good that get kind of put back in these categories or recycled over and over. I feel sometimes myself, I go like, well, I gave this one that one, so I'll give this one kind of thing. To like make it fair. But
I got to balance it out for no reason at all. That's how I do it too.
In my heart of hearts, I could be like, Ranking Kings for all of them. Get fucked. Like I could absolutely could. And if you wanted to, you absolutely could. If you go Attack on Titan for all of them, that's fine. But I don't know. I think Crunchyroll needs to do a better job of like curating whatever their their nominations are. Like there need to be more rules or like whatever. I don't know.
Or like more, because we only have 6, and it's like, all right, well, we could have 6 for one category, and then we could have like 8 for the next one. Yeah. We could get wild and have 10, because honestly, there are so many different good things for different reasons. I'm sure people have all different kinds of opinions. Not to mention that, like, I haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm never going to be voting for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, I will always just get a no vote for me. Yeah.
Yeah, just because I'm not familiar with it, which is why I abstained from voting for Crunchyroll's shit in general.
Oh.
I just didn't feel like it's fair.
You gotta vote.
Even though I've watched like fucking 50 anime last year or whatever, I still am only comfortable voting for the ones that I've seen.
It's your duty as a red-blooded American to vote. You gotta go out and vote. Rock the vote.
Well,
rock the vote, baby.
I still encourage people to be educated about their votes before they go out and vote.
Just fill out whatever bubble you want. Whatever name looks the best to you. Whatever rhymes.
All right. You know, when you're right, you're right,
man. Flip a coin. When you come to the props, just flip a coin. Don't even read them.
Best score. Right? Yeah, guys. Best score. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of music and anime, and I know that you have started paying more attention to it as the years have gone on. Yeah.
I can honestly say for the best score nomination, I don't have one.
That's fine.
I don't remember them because score is different than intro and outro, which are the songs that I remember all the time. Like, that's such a good intro, such a good outro. The score
sometimes
the
person who did the score also went, "This is the intro and outro."
Exactly, but I can't remember the score for these shows, like because the music happened in the middle of it. So I go, oh, whatever. So whatever you vote for, I'll vote for too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take your vote on it.
So the best score, we've got Hiroyuki Sawano and Kota Yamamoto from 86-86. We have Yuki Kajiura and Go Shino from Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train Arc. Mabanua from Megalobox 2 Nomad. Punpi, Vava, and OMSB from Odd Taxi. What a set of different names.
Vava.
Dude, good ass soundtrack too.
And Vava.
Yep. Hell yeah. Satoru Kosaki from Vivi Fluoride's Ice Song, and Dede Mouse and Mito for Wonder Egg Priority.
So who'd you vote for?
Sunny Boy.
Yeah, dude, good
and
for
you know why I chose Sunny Boy?
I don't know why.
Because it was a really good soundtrack, and it turns out when I was doing research for this that it was curated from Shinichiro Watanabe.
Who is?
The Cowboy Bebop guy, the Carol and Tuesday guy.
That's right. We talked about that.
So
anyways, fucked. This guy didn't get a nomination?
Yeah, pretty fucked up, right? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and say Sunny Boy. I couldn't find like a specific name other than he was overseeing the score.
He didn't score
the soundtrack.
But he made sure whatever song made it to the mixtape was a fucking banger. That's good. I mean, like I said,
so that's what I wound up choosing. And I figured you would be like, Carol and Tuesday guy, Watanabe. Yeah, okay,
I agree. That's fair. Like, I mean, like I said, I had nothing against
He's
score.
done some Samurai Champloo's.
I haven't in recent years came to care about it more, but I still.
It's still not, the first thing that you're thinking
but
of.
you always be like, oh, this score, and I go, huh?
Yeah. I never call it a score because I'm not a fucking loser.
I go, the score. And yes, the score's amazing.
Did you hear that background music?
Yeah, so good.
It was great. I bet this is some Watanabe shit.
Yeah.
Best voice actor performance, Japanese.
Let's do it.
All right. We have Ayane Sakura, who did Gabby Braun from Attack on Titan's final season, part 1.
Okay.
Yuki Kaji, who did Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan final season part 1. Kiyoshi Kobayashi, who played Daisuke Jigen in episode 0 of Lupin the Third part 6.
Yeah,
of course. Natsuki Hana, who played Otakawa from Odd Taxi. Aoi Yuki, who played Kumoko from So I'm a Spider, So What? And Kanata Aikawa, who played Ai Oto from Wonder Egg Priority. Look, man, I'm not going to pretend like... we talked about this beforehand.
We did. This one's a quick one, right?
I'm not going to pretend like either of us were paying enough attention to know like who the actual best voice actor was.
Yeah.
But out of all of these, I would probably feel like the chick who carried so much of the show by herself, the girl who played So I'm a Spider, So What? Aoi Yuki.
I'm gonna go with Yuki Kaji?
Yeah,
Eren Yeager dude. Cause like, come on now, he's out here saying his name all sexy. Eren Yeager. Like that's that's the guy. Like I like it. Like but I agreed. I agree. I mean, I probably wasn't out there focusing, being like, who was the best voice actor? You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't remember any moments in particular that I was like, God damn.
Holy
I remember some shit from other shows where I went, God damn. But like, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to give it to Frill for making a pop sound that will stick with us forever? No, of course not. Anybody can make that pop sound. So like, there weren't any other really memorable characters for their voices. I think that everyone fucking crushes it,
good stuff.
which is the problem. Too many good people, you know?
I will give a shout out to the dude that's the main character from To Your Eternity. This is his first, gig as a voice actor, right?
Yeah, and he absolutely, like I said, fucking crushed it.
Killed it, yeah. It's funny to think he's out there like, what's my character doing in the scene? He gurgles a bunch because he just got mauled by a bear. I gotcha. Yeah.
And you're going to cry because you don't know how to speak a language.
I got it. I got it.
Perfect.
So yeah, he did really good. Shout outs to him. But yeah, I'm going to go with Eren Yeager because like I remember what stuff he said, I guess.
And now the next category, the best voice actor performance in English. We're skipping it entirely.
I mean, I read through them and I was like, I didn't watch any of these shows in English.
Yeah.
I can't. I think maybe last year I caught an episode of like Dr. Stone and dubbed. I was like, cool, that one gets the vote because I fucking listened to this dude.
I just figured, you know what? We don't have any right to talk about the voice acting for English stuff.
Can't even pretend.
I'm going to assume they did exactly the same as the Japanese voice actors' performances. They fucking crushed it this year, dude.
My vote's for Eren Yeager, the dude in English.
Are you kidding me?
Hell
he
yeah.
was crazy. The way he went raw was like nuts.
What about the gurgling? Hey, shout outs to the guy from To Your Eternity, the English voice actor. I don't know if this was his first time voice acting.
It was his first time acting this character, though. He
shit,
crushed it, dude.
Good stuff.
Anyways. Does it have a dub? I'm sure it does. It's
I mean,
Funimation.
Should, yeah,
whatever. Hey, the best opening sequence. Now, this is where stuff starts getting real, man.
Yes. Well, this should be at the top of the list. It feels like this should be like,
yeah, it will because it's the opener.
Oh, yes, this would really pump me up. It should go opener. It should go outro because it goes naturally. Obviously, you can't put outro at the end.
Yeah.
Opener, outro, best boy, best girl. We'll change it to best male character, best female character.
Yeah, at our own award.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll go best opening sequence, which we take very serious.
Yeah, of course. Best OP. Boku no Senso, Shinsei Kamata-chan? Yeah, anyways, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1. Dude, what a banger. Great shit. Kaibutsu, done by Yao Sobi, who did Beastar's second intro. Vivid Vice, Huya Extended for Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. I didn't listen to it. I didn't see it.
I don't know.
I feel like I should have because the outro for Jujutsu Kaisen and the intro
so good
for the first core were fucking great.
But
outro
is just really fun to say.
It should be, yeah. Fucking incredible name for the band there. Odd Taxi by Skirt and Poompi for Odd Taxi.
Poompi. Shout out to Poompi.
Aino Supreme from Fana. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S. Crybaby by Official Hige Dandism Tokyo Revengers.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to be really honest with you.
Okay.
I still have not decided. Like, I am on the fence. There are two shows in this thing.
In this thing
that I'm just like, if I had to pick from these things, then I'm just like, ugh. I'm stuck. Now, if we added that third show that didn't get the nomination,
I mean, that's the one I'm voting for. I don't give a shit about any.
The intro to fucking Attack on Titan was so good. Every week.
It really was.
The intro to Odd Taxi, so good every week.
Wasn't it great?
The intro to fucking To Your Eternity, so good. Yeah. I don't understand how it wasn't even nominated, though.
It wasn't.
How?
Because they're racist.
How?
They hate people that love things.
How? Yeah. No, I don't, was there like, did we miss some sort of like
was there
scandal?
Drama?
Yeah, with the To Your Eternity. Did like the director come out as like a cannibal who like eats like, fucking children and puppies on the side? Did something happen where there's like, no, don't give him the nod? Like, that was like, it was such a good, I guess, so good. I'm devastated.
Man, it makes me emotional. Like, not visually the most stupendous,
but the song
carried so much of the weight, and then the visuals do go along with it really nicely.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I really have to go for To Your Eternity.
To Your Eternity, was that 2-core? Was it a big one?
Yeah.
It was massive, right?
Yeah. Like, the whole first half didn't even take place on that Island.
You say, and so the thing is like that song was used for
It was
both
so
of them,
good.
right?
We did it twice.
That's the thing. Like, where it's like, I was concerned. I was like, oh man, what are they going to do for the second core? And they kept it. Yeah. And I was like, I remember being like, I'm so happy. Like
Utada Hikaru kills it, dude.
Good.
She has this beautiful voice.
Yeah.
And we've all known her since Kingdom Hearts. And she's stayed with us up through To Your Eternity. And she just gave us another absolutely amazing classic song.
Look, I'm going to do this.
So that's how I feel about it.
I'm going to do this. And I usually don't do this. I'm going to give it a tie.
All right, deal.
No.
Tie.
Hey, no. If for the ones that are there, I don't know. I don't care. I guess I'm upset that To Your Eternity's not there because that's what I would vote for. But hey, you got to hear me out. The intro to Attack on Titan was really good though.
Oh yeah. The intro to Attack on Titan was really good. Sunny Boy was also really good. And I have vivid visual memories of the Wonder Egg Priority intro.
What was it?
It's the like really slow. It's the like the school, the like graduation song for.
Because remember the outro. The outro was like all the eggs, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, it starts out it's like slow. The da na 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 na.
Oh.
Da na na. Na.
I do remember. Thank you.
And then it's like the really pretty, just everything.
Oh, when she's like getting.
And they
her
all
shoes.
start singing together.
She's straightening out her shoes. She's like getting ready. That's
just walking across the bridge.
Yeah. I don't want to cry, dude.
It's a great intro. That show was so fucked, man. God. I can't believe they ruined Wonder Egg Priority.
It's okay. We just won't.
This is a whole episode dedicated to how fucked up it is that we almost had the perfect anime. And then they just fucking ruined it.
It's okay.
Instead, we have to wait for Attack on Titan to finish the perfect anime.
Wow, dude, what are they fucking at the end?
I know. Well, that's what everyone's doing. I know.
At least like
we've already seen it happen. Like we don't need it again.
At least it's like super low stakes if it's like Wonder Egg because it was like, hey, it was only 12 episodes.
All right.
Imagine if Attack on Titan's just like, hey, dude.
Oh man, I don't want that.
Fucking what are they? They're like at episode 79 or something. Yeah. They're like, hey, dude, made it to episode 99, and guess what? We fucking shit the bed.
It happens. I
mean, it's not gonna make it to 99. I think we're at like episode 5 of this season. Feels like
I think we just finished 4.
4? Okay, 4. So
because 3 ended and we were like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then 4 happened and then we were like, what the fuck?
So if there's 7 episodes, so we're gonna. I mean, I'm assuming it's a 12 episode thing, which it could go 14. I still think that we're still.
It could go 8. Like, who fucking knows?
Like,
no rules.
It's a mini series. It's fucking 6 episodes. It's done. No, I think it's gonna make it into the mid to late 80s. I don't think it'll get to the 100.
We'll find out.
We'll see next time on. What are we doing?
Best ending sequence.
There we go.
Best ending sequence, Shigeki by Yuko Ando, who did Attack on Titan's final season part 1 outro. Yasashi Suisei, who did Yaosobi, Beastars, or that's the band. No, that's the song, and that's the band. I don't know how this fucking works. I'm sorry, guys. Shirogane by Lisa, who did Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Mugen Train Arc. Nanai from Ryona, who did Shadow's House outro. Infinity by Yuri, who did Skate the Infinities outro. And Gambare. I need to read everything. And I can't do this right now.
Theme?
Yeah, it's the song by
Watashi.
Literally the voice actress
okay.
from So I'm a Spider, So What?
That's right.
Aoi Yuki. That's why it's hard to remember because it's like literally
a person.
It's just her fucking going ham.
Yeah.
Which she absolutely did in that outro. But however, I didn't vote for it because I'm not a fucking poser.
Shadow House.
Yeah, obviously
Shadow House. The train comes.
And then you get layers of more trains.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
Oh my god.
Say what you want to say about Shadow House not being the best show. I fucking love when that show would end because that intro came in hard.
Outro.
But was the intro any good? Oh, it was just them dancing.
Was fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But
it was like the all that fucking just music.
Outro is better.
Exactly.
I will say, I mean, as when it comes to like Attack on Titans, like outros, not one of my I had nothing super special about this one. I feel like.
Yeah. I thought that visually the outro was really good.
Visually really good,
but then the music didn't really
stick.
It was known to 9.
For
you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. For Beastars, like I almost don't even remember this season. You know, like
it's because it wasn't even close to as good.
Yeah,
it was not even as close to as good.
Yeah,
I had a good time watching it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but then I came away from it like, I mean, that was kind of dumb.
How many times am I gonna say yeah?
Well, it was, you know.
And then I don't know anything about fucking Demon Slayer, and then Skate the Infinity. I bet it was fun. I mean, those guys looked fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think the intro to Skate the Infinity was better.
You know who has a good outro too? Fucking Ranking of Kings. I got a good outro too. It's nice and cute. It's got that storybook drawing. It's really sweet. But yeah, I really do like the outro of Shadow House, and I'm kind of glad that I can give my vote to something that is not one of the top 4 shows. You know?
Yeah, and honestly, like looking at all of the outros, I don't think that there were any outros that were like
real standouts.
Yeah, nothing did anything that made me what?
What about the outro for Sunny Boy? It was just black credits. Oh. Remember how classic is that?
I was like, I remember like a couple of songs playing during the outro, but
just go black credits and like white text.
That's what I love. It would play the intro song again.
Yeah, but
which was a great intro song. Yeah. Let's be real,
but not a great outro song.
It was a good outro. Yeah, it was a good outro song. Yeah. Anyways, let's go on to best action show.
Okay.
So the best action, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1, made by Studio Mappa. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, Mugen Train Arc by Studio Ufotable. Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2, Studios Mappa again. SSS.Dynazenon, made by Studio Trigger. And Vivi Fluorite's Eye Song, Wit Studio handled that one. And finally, Wonder Egg Priority from Cloverworks. Now, look, man, I'm not the biggest action guy, but like my favorite shows and movies usually wind up having some kind of action in them these days.
Yeah.
Since Attack on Titan is like literally one of my favorite shows.
You gonna give it to them?
No. I'm just gonna make sure.
That's one of your favorite shows?
Yeah, I'm giving it to them.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
here's the thing. I wanted to go through everything and just be like, look, Demon Slayer had such good fucking action in it.
At least you watched that, yeah.
Such good action. Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen, I only watched the first core, but again, the action was top notch. That was the best part. And I'm sure it only got better in season 2 because people are fucking jerking off about it all the time. Didn't watch any of Dynazenon.
Yeah, it wasn't as sexy as the other one, so.
Also didn't watch any Gridman.
That's the one we like.
So I can't attest to how good it is as an action show. But then finally we get to Vivi Fluorite's Eye Song, which had so much action in it, but I never felt like that was really like its thing. Like there was really good action.
Yeah.
And a large part of the plot centered around, we got to teach this robot how to do action stuff. But then a lot of it was more so, look, there are special connections that you make with people through the person that you are, and we have to like figure some stuff out. So it was a lot more about building
relationships for them to then just get torn down.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I didn't see it so much as an action show, which is why I went.
It had great action sequences.
Yes, exactly. And the same exact thing for Wonder Egg Priority. Yeah, it was an action show. It had a Monster of the Week, but god damn it, it was not like an action show at all.
It was fucking hard. So many emotions. It was like a horror show for a bit too, you know. Like it got really scary for the. You're like, dude, be careful. You got to be ready to watch episode like 8. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, dude, just be careful.
Just be ready.
But yeah,
fuck you up psychologically.
I wanted to vote. I agree with the Vivi thing. I wanted to vote for Wonder Egg for being like the best action, but then after thinking about it, and I think maybe it's because I was like, I haven't given him anything. Maybe I'll throw him a bone. But I do agree. I think Attack on Titan takes it. It is just nonstop action. There's also a lot of fucking drama, some fucking political stuff going on.
Oh yeah, it's got the craziest plot of any show I've ever seen.
But when you see two giant fucking monsters just beat the shit out of each other,
yeah. I mean, we're watching a kaiju show.
Oh no, my former director for my job.
Sorry, we're watching a battle mech show. Whatever.
Battle mech flesh show, yeah.
But like, I see it as a kaiju show at the same time because a lot of them are mindless.
Yeah.
So, you've got your battle mechs and your kaijus, and essentially, they're the same kind of show usually.
It's good, man. That first part of that final season, really good. And if you haven't watched it, you should watch the second part of the final season. It's worth it. Trust me. You won't be upset.
Turns out the intro's pretty good too. Hey, next,
they're releasing the whole song pretty soon. Yeah.
On February 7th.
I don't know if that's the day, but
yeah, I don't know either, and I'll never know. But guys, we have to talk about the best comedy, and this was a really tough topic for me.
Okay,
because
sarcasm.
No, not at all.
Really?
Look at the fucking options they have up there.
The funniest show is up there.
All right, so Don't Toy With Me, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, made by Telecom Animation Film, Heaven's Design Team, made by Asahi so Production, Komi Can't Communicate, from OLM, Life Lessons with Uramichi Onisan,
from
sucked. Studio Blanc, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S from Kyoto Animation, and Odd Taxi from PICS and OLM. All right, so check this out. I didn't feel like any of those really stood out to me because I didn't watch any of them except for Odd Taxi.
Yeah.
And Odd Taxi is not a comedy in any capacity.
It's hilarious. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you were in stitches every episode.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if those are the things that I had to vote for.
I chose something else.
Oh, would you pick?
I don't think you would pick it. But Non Biori nonstop.
I can't pick it. I didn't watch it. But,
yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I feel like if I did watch it, I'd probably really like it.
I mean, maybe you watched Komi.
Yeah, but Non Biori is a girl from the country, right?
Yeah.
That first season's so good.
Yeah, and it keeps being that good.
No, man,
if not better.
It's the same year.
It's the same year.
That's my one. God, it's the same year though.
Yeah, but it's the same fucking.
They're in the same grade. Actually, don't they grade up one? Isn't the most recent one? She goes to the 3rd grade or whatever from the 2nd grade.
Sounds right.
I don't remember. I didn't watch it.
Honestly, man, that's the problem with this. Comedy shows, unless they absolutely crush it, are so easy to forget.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll give it to Komi Can't Communicate because I watched it. I agree. It's kind of shitty to put Odd Taxi in the comedy because
I'm sitting there going, "Who the fuck
was laughing?" There was funny moments of levity and stuff, but like
but so in Attack on Titan.
Pretty funny stuff in there too.
You know, like I would have in Wonder Egg Priority, fucking hysterical.
Remember the joke that they had in Wonder Egg?
Do you remember in To Your Eternity when those people died and then I cried for hours? I had such a fun time.
It was a good time.
All right, so anyways, I have a problem with what Crunchyroll did, but I decided to go with something that they didn't go with, and you're going with Komi because it's the only thing that you watched that you think was a comedy.
Yeah,
I can't vote. Like, wasn't any comedy.
I can't vote for your thing.
You could vote for Way of the House Husband.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's give it the Way of the House Husband.
Like Super Crooks was a way better comedy than
Super Crooks is not list on at all.
Taxi. No, it's not.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Get fucked, Crunchyroll. You can't give. I can't even put Komi up there.
I was considering the fight that you like missed the cool part of.
Oh yeah, with the eyes stuff.
Yeah, with the eyes stuff.
That was really good.
Yeah, I was considering that for best fight, but I
best comedy goes Super Crooks. Suck a dick.
All right,
suck a dick.
This is a suck a dick from us. Check out Super Crooks. It was fun,
really good,
and it had a light tone throughout all of it, even though it was very violent and somewhat serious.
Yeah, I think it was good. But if you like that kind of stuff, if you're into the what's it like the boys kind of stuff, the Invincible kind of stuff, it's like that, but anime.
All right, best drama. Way of the House. No, imagine that though. Imagine if that was on best drama.
Do it. Oh my god,
that'd be fucking crazy. 86, made by A1 Pictures. Fruits Basket, the final season, made by TMS Entertainment. Kageki Shoujo from Pine Jam. Odd Taxi from PixOLM. 2 Year Eternity from Brainspace, and Wonder Egg Priority from Cloverworks. This was like the easiest one for me.
Finally, dude. Finally, it's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
We got to go with it.
2 Year Eternity.
There's no other option for me.
Hands down. That show made me cry.
Oh my god, so much. So much, dude.
That show is so fucked up because it'd be like, hey man, you ready to meet new characters you're gonna fall in love with?
It's like, I don't like this person.
Yeah, and
I don't want to like them.
And then you go, hey, you ready for me to take that person away from you? And I go, no. And they go, well, I'm gonna. And they did. And then they did it every fucking time.
Even when you didn't like the character, and then you were just like, fuck you.
Yeah, every little story arc that they did, there's like, hey, get to know these new people. And I go, no. Every time you bring new people in this world, you hurt me. And they did, and they got me every time. It was such a good show.
It was until it wasn't.
Because
it ended.
What the fuck is Kagaki Shoujo?
Oh, Kageki Shoujo is that one where the girls are going to school for singing or whatever? You know, there was that tall girl and she was like dorky.
That was a drama? Was that not a comedy?
Right, so
she's like the one that
you only watched the first episode. Whoa, like, Fruits Basket, the funniest show in the world.
The girl's like, I'm super tall or whatever. Yeah.
I'm fucking huge.
Yeah.
You want me to get that out of the tree for you, little kid?
Let me help you, little girl. Yeah.
Thank you.
To your eternity for sure. Hands down.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, like, I'm not going to talk shit about any of the other dramas on here. Again, didn't watch 86, 86.
Odd Taxi was
amazing.
Good.
Fruits Basket. Literally everybody says Fruits Basket is like the best fucking shoujo of all time. Yeah. I don't know, man. We've talked enough about Odd Taxi and Wonder Egg to know that we feel strongly about both of them in different ways for different reasons. Wonder Egg is amazing in all different ways, except for its execution. And
it's just interesting that it took so long for To Your Eternity to get like an actual nomination.
Yeah, well, they were like drama, and then somebody was like, dude, To Your Eternity made me cry so much. And then everybody else went, yeah, you're right.
You're right.
And then they didn't put it in any of the other ones.
That's crazy. I really think there has to be some sort of like, because that was their exclusive. That was a Crunchyroll. Like, so there has to be some sort of underlying reason. Maybe they're trying to push the agenda a different way. Maybe vote on Prop 8, you know what I'm saying, kind of stuff. To Your Eternity all the way.
That was a late reference.
Yeah. Shout outs. Next up.
Wasn't that like 2010?
I don't know what Prop 8 is. I just said a number. I know. What's next?
I thought that was the gay marriage one.
Was that the gay marriage one?
I think that was the gay marriage.
Oh shit, maybe that's why I remembered it so much, because they kept bringing it up all the time.
Yeah, like school nonstop. And
did I say vote yes? Please tell me I said vote yes.
I don't think you said either way, but I think if you did say anything, it would have been yes, because it's just in your head.
Is that that's a good one, right? That's the one we want.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Gay marriage, very cool.
We're pro
I've
gay
got
marriage.
Gay moms.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Did we mention that? Has that ever come up on the podcast? Who has gay moms?
Oh, guys. Best romance, speaking of gay moms, right? Am I right or am I right? Yeah, okay.
You're right.
Best romance, B-Stars, made by Studio Orange. Fruits Basket, the final season by TMS Entertainment. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, from Telecom Animation Film. Orimiya from Cloverworks. Komi Can't Communicate from the studio OLM. And The Duke of Death and His Maid from JC Staff. That's the romance.
I was wondering, like, I saw that the Duke of Death and His Maid got nominated somewhere. Like, for what category? And then I was just like,
how is that not a comedy?
I don't know.
Like,
she's got giant tits.
It wasn't as funny as it was romantic.
Giant tits are romantic. They're not hilarious.
If I touch you, I'll destroy your tits.
Oh, but I love you so much. Oh my god, that is a really funny concept. They can't fuck because he kills her, but she likes it. Best romance. I picked Horimiya just because it's like, I don't know.
Dude, I can't believe you copied my answer. I also picked Horimiya because I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I just wrote Horimiya, but that was my exact reasoning. I was like, look, man, these other ones I haven't watched all the way. I don't know the deal. I'm sure Fruits Basket might steal the fucking show. Yeah. I hear great things. I should probably watch it now that I don't have a life outside of the anime life outside of the podcast. Maybe I will.
Shout outs to the Call Me a Dumb Slut line. This is so good.
It's really good.
God, yeah, that's a good.
It's just so aggressive.
I remember enjoying that show a lot. Shout outs to them.
The part of the show that I liked a lot is that we got to see so many different relationships and stuff. And that's what made it best romance for me. It was mostly just a slice of life, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of romance. It was fine. It was fun.
Yeah.
It looked good.
I agree.
Dude, shout outs to Cloverworks for making good looking shit.
Yeah, they should really keep doing that.
They should make well-written shit too, maybe. Hey man, we're coming up to our last two categories here. We have Best Fantasy.
Okay.
Which is, of course, going to start with Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, Core 1, made by Studio Bind. Ranking of Kings by Wit Studio. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, Season 2, made by 8-Bit. The Case Study of Vanitas, made by Bones. To Your Eternity by Brains Base. And Wonder Egg Priority by Cloverworks. It's Best Fantasy. I feel like this is really just like an easy one for me. This one just instantly easy for me to choose based off of it being called a fantasy.
I went Jobless.
Yeah, I went with Jobless.
Yeah.
It really encapsulates like the fantasy life to me. Because like while Ranking of Kings I think does a great job at being a fairy tale type world with dark sides of stuff, I also don't really understand the scope of the world or how their travels are happening the way that they are. Where Jobless Reincarnation teaches us so much about the world. It's about the characters, but there's like, okay, we're in this new town, and this is the new stuff that goes on here, and this is how all of this is kind of working. And I feel like it does such a unique job as a fantasy show for adults, where it treats the fantasy elements with as much respect as it treats everything else.
Yeah. Okay. I picked Jobless because whenever I think fantasy, I think like swords and magic.
Yep.
And I was like, yep, they got swords. They got some magic. They got it. They got the vote. And I get it. Like fantasy is so broad, right? Like
it is.
The fact that Wonder Eggs, there's like, there's fantasy stuff in there to your turn.
I mean, really anything that has any elements that aren't realistic and not science fiction, sure.
Just like you can always argue the fact that like this is an isekai kind of thing. You know, like they should, I don't know, if this category should be redefined. They should make it more clear as to what you want. Like, do you want like high fantasy? You know,
well,
like,
that's the thing. If you call it fantasy, I do think that a lot of these fall into the place of that.
Yeah.
But the case study of Vanitas and Wonder Egg Priority don't feel as much of a fantasy as the other ones, even though the case study of Vanitas, I believe it takes place in another world.
I don't remember. I think so. I remember that's the one with like vampires and stuff. Yeah, I remember that first episode being kind of fun. I just think that like they need to do a better job of like not using the word fantasy as a catch-all and be more specific about their genres and be like, cool,
I agree.
This is like, hey, best sci-fi, right? And then cool, these are sci-fis. It's like best fantasy. It's like, well, fantasy is very broad. Be specific with your fantasy, right? Medieval fantasies, right? Like, okay, cool. Or isekais, cool. They have to be specific isekais to meet these categories and stuff like that. So that's why fantasy. When you say fantasy, off the top of my head, I went Jobless. Even though until later I saw it, Cheer Eternity was there, but I still like, cool. I think Jobless embodies the word fantasy a little bit more.
I agree. Ranking of Kings and Jobless Reincarnation are both
really good,
incredible fantasy shows for very different reasons. And I think that when I think of fantasy, all of the things that pop into my head are pretty much in Jobless Reincarnation.
Right from the beginning, yeah.
And of course, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. This is the second season. I think being best fantasy, we've already kind of seen that fantasy world.
Yeah.
I think that it would be really hard for me to give a vote, even if I watched the second season.
I stopped liking the first season, so
yeah, exactly. And then 2 Year Eternity, it's a different world than our own, and it does have some fantasy elements, but the fantasy elements are also like pretty far and few between. Yeah, you know.
I agree.
Like, well, aside from the one thing that happens over and over with our main character, that's really it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So you see it a lot, but it's only one thing. All right. Anyways, fantasy, weird topic. Again, when you said that they might need to be more specific with their genres, I think that this is also a great time to bring up that in music, there are so many subsets of genres. It's just insane. It's a mess of things to where somebody could say exactly what genre of music something is, and somebody else goes, I have no fucking clue what that means. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there are some benefits and deficits of having that kind of genre description for different things. And I don't know, man, like isekais. Everything's a fucking isekai.
Yeah.
So you do need to be a little bit more specific on what kind of isekai.
What makes it into the category.
But there's still people that aren't going to know what an isekai is because it's a subgenre of a fantasy. Yeah. Like, oh, dude, so much fucking
that's
bullshit.
Why I think they should do a better job of breaking that down, you know? And like if that means that say they add a sci-fi season, like a sci-fi category. Say there's a season there's no sci-fi. Cool, don't have fucking sci-fi that season, right? Because like what's the point, right? So like shit like that. Like it could do like, hey, we could do like isekais, you know, medieval fantasies, sci-fis, you know, fucking horror, right? Like there's like that we're missing out. Where has there been any horror animes up there? No. Because do they fall under any of the categories?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
they don't happen often.
I'm sure you can argue that like that weird fucking Through the Tri-Corner Window or whatever, even though it was a bad show, is that fantasy?
Yeah,
I mean fantasy stuff happens.
What about that one chick that I was excited for her show, but then it wound up just being a horny festival?
That horny fetish show? Yeah. That could have been in there, but it didn't. But if there was a category dedicated to horror genres or like, boom.
Then, yeah, it would be up there, sure. Anyways, best film. Hey, that's a hard category to get wrong, right? Oh, wait, these are all TV shows. Oh, no. Like, well, one of them was turned into a TV show. Anyways.
Wait, are they all TV shows?
No. None of them are.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
2 of them are continuations from...
Okay.
Sorry, 3 of them are continuations from TV shows.
I only watched 3 of these, okay? And one of them, I forgot what it was. I had to look it up. And I was like, oh, that's right. I did watch that. Can you guess which one that is?
Yeah, of course I can.
Okay, well,
but like... The only thing, like, I remembered that recently because I was texting
a friend.
I think it was Leandra or something.
Okay, so not a friend.
I was texting Leandra about just some bullshit, and she was like, "Yeah, I just watched Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop."
That's the one.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, "Oh yeah, that was kind of cute. That was fun."
I had to look it up.
She texted me and was like, "Oh, dude, Belle."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yeah, dude, Belle."
Yeah. Anyway, let's go through the categories.
Best Film, Belle by Studio Chizu. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time. Studio Kara. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Mugen Train. UFO Table.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is the one that's that was based off of both of those two, based off of shows.
Yeah.
And then now they're continuation movies. Except this movie got turned into a show.
A movie first and then a show.
Yeah, so all of the categories until this one have just been about the show version of this movie that came out later.
I get what you're saying.
Just to be clear.
I understand what you're saying.
I understand you're confused, but there are 2 different anime.
2 different things are going on here.
Fucking stupid. Anyways, stupid anime. Josie the Tiger and the Fish, made by Bones, which I have been wanting to see.
I also like to call it
so
Jose.
badly. Jose.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, every time I say it, I go, nice, Jose the Tiger and the Fish. Yeah.
You gotta stretch it out. Shirobaka the Movie, made by PA Works. Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop by Signal, MD, and Sublimation.
Okay.
All right, so look, man.
Easy pick.
Look, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Easy pick.
This would be a harder pick if I had seen Josie the Tiger and the Fish. But for me, this is an easy one.
Oh, yeah. Super easy. Laptop almost died.
Oh, shit. That would have been...
That would be close.
That would have been gross.
Forgot. Anyways.
We would have just had to rip everything from this fucking shitty mic, right?
Sucked
from one of our last episodes. Oh
my God. How embarrassing.
Yeah, Belle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, like I've seen the Shirobaka movie. I really enjoyed it.
It was fun.
I think
it was a great continuation.
The show was probably better.
Hey,
movie was good.
Watch
though.
your mouth, son.
I said it was probably better.
It was indeed
that
better.
weird musical number, am I right?
And the intro,
right?
Dude, it just started out and they were like, check out all this chibi shit.
Oh, and then Jiggly Tits.
Wasn't Jiggly Tits after the
it was chibi
stuff?
shit, Jiggly Tits, and then the old lady dip. She's like, I can't be here for this Fathom event. But yeah,
poor old woman.
So Shirobaka the movie, yeah, I did enjoy it. Word Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. When I saw that, I was like, that sounds so familiar, and I was just like, what is that? Looked it up, was like, oh, that's right, we watched that.
Yeah, because they were on like the mall, and she had braces, and she didn't want anyone to see her braces.
She wore the mask all the time. She was like a TikToker or whatever, and the dude was like, mooing or something.
Yeah,
they wrote poetry, and I was like, I remember it looked really pretty. The record store, the record store.
Yeah. The mall or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was that record store situation.
Anyways, but it was very forgettable.
Woman. Yeah.
Like I instantly forgot all about it.
It was sweet. It was fun. I liked watching it. It was a great way to spend a Saturday, you know?
Yeah.
Saturday night, you know, you sit down with your popcorn and steak and you're ready for this great movie. Well, because if you're watching it at home, I'm assuming that you're going to eat dinner, which will probably be a steak since it's a Saturday and it's anime night.
And
but you have to have your popcorn because it's a movie. And in the United States of America, it's illegal to watch films without popcorn. I've been fined for it several times.
I understand what you're saying.
Anyhow.
But yeah, then Jose and the Tiger and the Fish. I want to see it. I have no idea what it's about.
So, dude, there's a girl in a wheelchair.
That's all I know. In a weird chair. It has wheels.
Anyways. Fucking crazy. It's the weirdest chair I've ever seen.
I don't know what it's about. I do want to watch it. We haven't had the chance to. Those other two didn't see him. Not gonna see him.
Yeah, well, Evangelion. I mean, look, we're behind.
Even though I'm like systematically like eliminating these things, Belle was still a really fucking good movie, and we just talked really about it like what 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
so good.
Again, the thing about Belle is that its story isn't the strongest. But its songs, its animation, and its characters are really fun to get behind and support. Yeah, great movie. Best mom.
Are we going? Oh, yeah, let's go to best mom now.
We'll do best mom, and then we'll save an argument for last.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
All right, cool. So best mom. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
This is our own category at this point. Crunchyroll has no fucking rules anymore. Get out of here. We're all done with you, Crunchyroll.
We did have the chance to talk to one of the guys that used to work Crunchyroll. He doesn't work there anymore.
It's true.
And we mentioned to him that we wanted...
He's actually on my little Twitter thing that's up on the screen.
We mentioned him, like, we thought that a best mom category would be really good for the Crunchyroll Awards. And he said, hey, man, believe it or not, like, that was kind of in the mix because they had to come up with the categories and stuff. I'm like, man. So maybe one day, it still hasn't happened. Maybe one day Best Mom will go up there. But yeah, not this year. But Best Mom, I voted for. She's actually, and I think you'll allow it, she's a stepmom. She's also a mom to another kid.
Look, man, she is a mom.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it.
Stepmothers are mothers.
So I picked the mom from Ranking of Kings, Hilling. She's the mother of the second born prince. She's got the really pointy nose. She has like magical healing powers. I fucking love her. And what really makes me love her is that I hated her so much.
Oh yeah, it was just such a 180.
It was
in like a couple of episodes.
The whiplash was crazy because I was just like, clocked her first episode. I was like, total bitch. Fuck her. I could tell by her design. I could tell by the way she talks to her main character. She's gonna burn in hell. Yep. That's the villain.
To character designs
right?
and that.
I was like, that's it. I know who to hate.
Yep.
And then her episode, her backstory comes through, and I go, oh my god, all my preconceived notions were wrong. Why did I say those horrible things about her? She just cares about Boji. Oh my god.
She is such a best mom.
She's such a good mom. She wants to, she loves her, her adopted son. She loves her own son. She's a badass, dude.
Yeah.
She's dope, dude. I fucking love her. She's a great character.
She has like the best guard of all time, too.
Oh, fucking the shield, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I really like those other guys. Those characters. I already gave character design, but I will stick to it. I think that's my favorite mom of this season, of this entire anime this past year. Has to be her from Ranking of Kings. But I also respect your best mom auction.
Yeah. Fun fact about my best mom auction. She actually is such a good mom that she doesn't have a name.
She's just mom?
She is Suzu's mother from Belle.
Damn, bro.
That's how you know.
She didn't. She renounced her name and just decided to go as Suzu's mother.
Turns out that Suzu's mother and father don't have names.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. They were just in the movie and we never got to hear their names because why would a kid ever refer to their mother by their name?
True.
It's just mom.
I don't even know my parents' names.
Long story short, this was an easy pick for me. And when I say that, I mean, I had to make sure that there weren't other moms I was thinking of that could be better. And then you brought up yours and I was like, she's a good mom. I'm going to go with mine and you go with yours because they both need shout outs right now.
Yeah, dude. Good
absolutely. I mean, if Crunchyroll had a category, maybe I would have switched it. Maybe. Mm-hmm. But I went for Suzu's mother for story reasons that I will not spoil.
So this is what happens in the movie. No, yeah, she's a good mom. I like her. I feel like it would have been the amount of time that she was in the movie was dope. It was good. Good for her.
Honestly, though, like it sucks that there are so many best moms that have to become best moms for being the best.
Fuck, dude. That's hard.
If only best moms could just be the best mom for just doing, just showing up.
No, they can't.
But they
gotta do best moms.
Always got to be the best.
Fuck. Shout outs to some other best moms in the past.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm thinking of a best mom right now that honestly, lots of best characters in that show if we're going based off the same metric,
All right, well, we'll talk about it later. Maybe next episode.
Let me be vague.
Maybe next week's episode would just be the best mom episode.
Oh shit! That's how we end it. We end it with the best moms.
We go out in style.
We just reminisce about mothers. Classic Instagram podcast.
Things that will never be. We'll talk about pizza and then moms. Yeah. Okay. So last category was you fucking snuck up on me.
Snuck it in here.
What is it, bro?
We got to do best dad.
Fine.
I think, you know what? It's our last one.
Oh.
We got to represent both parents.
And I'm going to be a dad soon, so I guess that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty appropriate.
I think it's appropriate.
So I chose Juan. No, I didn't.
No,
you're not a dad yet.
I'm not in an anime.
You just own a dog.
I'm not an anime.
All right, so check it out. Horimiya absolutely gets best dad for Kyosuke Hori. He just shows up and you're like, who's this piece of shit? And then it turns out everyone else feels the same way. And he's like, guys. But then he is kind of shitty and it's really fun.
Fine.
And then he's also to have like a heart-to-heart bro down with Mia, you know? The Mia part of Horimiya.
Well, if the metric of like you picking the best dad is because he's shitty, then I'll pick my best dad.
Yeah,
my best dad will be fucking King Boss from fucking Ranking of Kings.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know yet.
We
don't know yet.
Horrible dad. But God, man. Best dad. He's a bad dad, dude. He does some fucked up shit, man.
Yeah, but the Horimiya dad doesn't. He
just sucks.
Everyone just fucking like dumps on him nonstop, and he's over there looking like a hentai protagonist.
He needs to stop smoking cigarettes. He needs to cut his hair. He needs to get his ass a job. That's what he needs to do.
He's like, "You dating my daughter?" Yeah. All right, cool. Are you using my utensils? Mom's just like, you don't get them anymore.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So that's when he became best dad. I was like, everyone just dunks on this guy, and I want to dunk on him too.
Think their
Fuck
relationship
him.
is broken. I feel like him and his wife are estranged a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I didn't pay too much attention to Horimiya. I just liked it when he called her a dumb slut because she asked for it.
It was a really good time.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want to give it to them, that's fine.
I loved it. I loved his relationship with every character because I feel like it was different for all of them, but everyone was able to dunk on him in different ways.
That's just not the type of father that I want to be. I want to be more like King Boss from Moji's dad from Ranking of Kings. I feel like that's the type of king, the type of father that I want to be.
I mostly just wanted to point out for this category, there are a lot of mothers that do fantastic things in anime, and it's really easy to shout them out, but I feel like it's a lot harder to find a good dad in anime.
Dude, fucking Belle's dad sucks, okay?
Okay.
He did suck.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess. Like, whatever.
He sucked.
I'm not going to tear into a guy for
I'm going to tear into him.
He's got to deal with stuff that I don't quite understand. But yeah, no, there are a lot of dads that are just like very lackluster or whatever. So any parent that makes an impact that's not negative in some way or another works for me.
Hey, you know who's even worse dad? Fucking Deku's dad. Didn't even show up.
Doesn't even show up. What about the Stars Align dad?
The one that tried to kill him, or the one that beats him? Which
the one who comes and steals the mom's money.
There's some bad dad in that. There's some bad moms in that show. Yeah, dude, best and worst parents, fucking Stars Align's parents, all of them.
Anyways, best dad, man. I just really needed to bring that up at the end. If you want to,
that's fine. I don't disagree.
I don't think that it's a good category for this
going forward.
I just think that, you know, for everything going forward, we should probably include it.
Yeah. I agree. I'm not upset about it. I do think maybe she got me heads up. I could have looked into it and just drop some rand off the top of my dome.
Man, there is not a father you're going to be like, best dad.
Well, you didn't give me a chance.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry I didn't give you that chance.
It's okay.
But if there was a best dad, you might have been able to think of it pretty quick.
I need the time. I take this job really serious.
If there was one,
I'll find him.
You would have it.
This past season, I'll find him.
But yeah, man, lots of really good anime that came out in 2021.
Yeah, man, there's some good stuff. That being
said, it was a small handful of really good anime and a bunch more like,
It's also, you know, Crunchyroll doesn't. They could do this better. This could just overall the way they categorize things, the way they curate their fucking nominations. I feel like it's not the best way to do it. You know, but
they don't give a shit about what we feel.
That's true.
Otherwise, they would have a decent website.
Also, next time, Anime of the Year at the bottom.
If you listen to all 2 hours of this Crunchyroll, put anime of the year at the bottom.
Also, don't spoil something from the show.
Like, why best anime film at the bottom? What the fuck? But not best anime? Really?
Yeah.
Really, guys?
Just do better.
Be better. You have it in you to be better.
Well, that's it. That's the show. Right? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's late. We started late because we talked a lot.
We got off track.
And then we recorded, and now it's late.
Yeah, it's late. Okay, so we'll be back next week for our final episode.
Our little final. I don't know what's gonna happen next week.
We don't know. We don't know how long it'll be. Maybe it's 5 minutes. Maybe
we're gonna do some reminiscing.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna hang out.
Maybe we talk about some anime that we got to watch or watch during the pod.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be talking about like my favorite anime. We're going to do a little recap on how we got into anime and how this whole fucking podcast journey has affected us and our relationship with anime.
Yeah. Also I want you to bring some animes that you really fucking hated.
Some haters?
Yeah. Someone that you was like, this show, man. Because obviously like these were some great shows. I want to remember the lows too.
Does it have to be an entire show?
No, it can be like you watched an episode or 5 minutes of it and you're like, this was so bad. Like just something to shit on. So we'll talk about stuff we liked, stuff we disliked. We'll talk about us. We'll talk about the pod. We'll fucking rank
Kings
every episode of One Piece.
Yeah, true. We will.
But next week will be our One Piece episode. We'll get it.
We'll do our One Piece episode for sure.
Yeah, so come through for that.
But,
so
thank you guys for hanging out with us through, a billion episodes about actually talking about anime, since who knows what's going to happen. I mean, we're still going to talk about anime next time, but at the same point, it's like it's going to be a little bit looser than we have a loose podcast.
It's going to be even looser.
Yeah. It's not a hey, what's up? It's a hey, man, how's your life? Let's talk about everything.
We might just like play video games and not talk to each other for like 30 minutes and then be like, oh hey, yeah, cool. All right, cool.
I don't think that's what we're going to do next week.
It's going to be so good. Not be next week. I'm talking moving forward.
Moving forward.
Moving forward, future. We don't know what's going to happen. But next week should be a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. If you like our theme song, check out Not Mars on Spotify. Trip, where you can find us?
Facebook, look up the Instagram podcast.
I don't know. You're the one that do this.
Well, here's the thing, you guys. We talked about this earlier before we even started the podcast. We are going to be getting rid of our social media accounts.
Yeah.
However, we're just going to keep the Facebook one open. It's nice and easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we do anything with it much anyways.
Yeah. Our podcasts will be removed from whatever service you're likely listening to them on eventually.
Yeah.
And if we ever decide to put out another podcast, we might stream it on Twitch, but we will definitely be posting it on our YouTube, which is just the Insta Ramen Podcast at youtube.com.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm still going to have a Twitter account, and I'll plug that in on the Twitter, but I don't know. If people wanted to follow us, I guess, where would you tell them to follow you?
Okay, where do people follow me? Don't follow me on Facebook because I don't.
There you go. See, very clear lines. We need that.
Don't do Facebook. You can hit me up on Instagram at getthatpandulce@gmail.com. Actually, that is my email though for at Gmail. I do have that, but just getthatpandulce. Yeah, I mean, I don't post any photos of me or like anything cool. It's just like sometimes I draw and put stuff up there. I do want to get my animations up there once I'm kind of get a little more time. But yeah, that's where you want to find me. Feel free to follow me. I don't know what the fuck you're expecting. What's your IG?
I don't post. I haven't posted on Instagram since before the pandemic, so I'm not going to plug that. I'm trying to remember my handle.
That sweet ass.
Yeah, there we go. You could find me on Twitter at ChrisPatherSucks.
with three X's.
No, it's just one X actually.
Oh, it was an X though. I did guess that
right. But that link will be down in the description. And we are going to be streaming still on twitch.tv/ChrisPather. So things are changing.
Now that we're doing all this, can for next episode.
Yeah.
When we do end it, can we still end it like if it was a normal episode? Can you say all the things and then we just like have it flow and be done with it?
I mean, I can absolutely do that.
Okay.
But then also I will be giving a disclaimer before
absolutely.
I do that.
Oh, yeah,
that
absolutely.
None of it is actually going to...
Yeah, just for the ritual of this is how the episodes always end,
Uh-huh.
If you wanted to. Like,
well, I always think, I'm like, do people just turn off the episodes at that point?
I mean, I would.
I would.
I mean, I do.
There you go.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll put a little something afterwards.
Sometimes you
usually...
get some annoying shit like this.
Yeah, well...
Or sometimes
I mean, this is a whole different thing where we started it and then it very quickly transitioned.
Yeah, true.
So maybe people wouldn't be able to stop the episode and be like, hang on, something weird's happening.
Are they going to say anything important? Maybe.
Sometimes
what we'll do is like cut stuff from the beginning and then paste it at the very end.
Sometimes that, but I want to point out something very specific that you said.
Okay.
You said, are they going to say anything important? If you ever fucking ask that again, you listener, if you ever fucking ask that again, no, we will never say anything important. We never have.
I'm going to look up Prop 8.
I love I'm going on a rant about saying important shit and you're like, hang on. Earlier I mentioned a proposition I don't know shit about anymore. Let me just double check.
Yeah, Prop 8 is the gay marriage one.
Hey! Hey!
Shout outs.
But is it no or yes?
Let me see. Prop 8, yes or no?
Because I just remember I think it was around that time learning that, people would sneak in like you think it's yes, but you got to pay attention and say
it's
no.
Actually no. Yeah, that's really fucked up.
It is fucked up. But it's because usually it's also tied into other things. Like, I don't know. Politics are such a fucking mess. People make stuff way harder on just the general public than it needs to be. Anyways, yeah, we never say anything important. So please don't expect that from us. But next week, we will be talking about our lives.
Yeah, it's yes. Sorry.
Vote yes on Prop 8. And thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you in like a week.
Yeah.
And then maybe periodically, sporadically on the internet after.
Yeah, so this is bye from Juan.
See you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water.